เหี้ยฉลาดจัดเอาแล้วโมงเฮ้ยพี่เผลอรู้ได้ไงเอ่ยเสียงหรือเปล่า
มีลากกระบังมี
เทเลปี้อ่ะใช่ปะ
นวดอะไรนะ
นวดหัวพี่
หัว
ผ่านหัว
พี่อยู่ก็ถามเอาเล่นว่าอะไรอ่ะพี่อยู่ก็ถามไม่จะให้นวดอยู่หรือยังไงดู
ไม่กูหาวไม่ได้ยิน
แต่กูฟังบ่อย
The important post-match spots though, where Marco is going to be playing with his Molly lineup.
ดี
Let's see this refight here that's happening over towards Arcade again.
ข้างบนพิงหน่อยดิอุ้ยแพ้น้องโดนแฟด
Still at the back side of it. There's the damage being done.
ทำไรมัว
Right through the box. Aftershock as well now in the tower. Really starting to feel that heat. Stacks had to hold his ground, and he does not win it out. The Molly's forced out relatively early, but still the time is ticking. That's going to put the pressure once more onto them. But Demon One landing so many of these shots, running it down into.
ทำไมวะเวลามันจะหมดเหรอไอ้จากเกม
ใช่
I mean, there was no reason particularly to give your life to that, but I can appreciate getting caught up in the moment.
Sound cues get lost a little bit on the big stage.
เดี๋ยวไม่สูสี
Wait, how much time do we actually have?
ไอ้เหี้ยมันเก่งไอ้นี่นี่ว่า
Demon One
Beam
online
Stone.
there for the last couple of kills. See how precise his aim is.
บิมสตูน
Not a player that actually was that important in their win
บิมส
over
บูม
Foot.
บิมสบูม
As strange as that sounds, because the hype surrounding him playing at this tournament, after we all thought he might miss it, was enormous.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we were talking to death about it. Over and over again for good reason. The guy pops off, but
นี่มันไม่
it
อย่าง
wasn't
ช้า
even necessary for them to get
เท่าไหร่
that 2-0 win.
That's scary.
800.2ไม่ก็25มันจะไม่ได้ปะ
Frightening prospect, isn't it?
Especially when they were winning on Foot's map pick of Lotus, which isn't going to feature in this series because DRX do not want any piece of that map at any point. Yeah. And so, actually, we've got an awesome map pool for this match, where you get to see, I think, both of these teams
ลองไปขยับแบบแค่ 0.5 ก็รู้สึกหนืดแล้วอะ
Both teams like playing Fracture. You know, we've been cognizant of DRX with
เรื่องเซนเมาส์นี่มันเป็นอะไรที่แม่งเปลี่ยนแปลงกันไม่ได้จ
on
ริง
this map sometimes.
Over the ropes, not getting away
พี่
from
ยัง
that one,
55 อยู่ปะ
You're
ไม่ก็กู
exactly,
บอกกูลอง
right as well, Joe.
ขยับไป 0.5 ที่มันเหนื่อยมัน
In
เมื่อย
theory, we should have an absolute
มันช้าไปแล้วหรอ
match here.
มันหนักอ่ะ
Both of these teams fighting for that chance to make
แล้วกูก็ไม่รู้จะปรับเพื่ออะไร
playoff spot in the top 8 of Masters
ลองนะพี่ลอง
เล่นยังไงกันไม่เก่งฮะ
You think about this for EG, obviously we've discussed how incredible
เหี้ย
นี่มันใคร
ไม่แบกอะในแรงอะไม่เล่นด้วยแล้วนะ
แค่แบกด้วยเหรอพี่
first time at an event of this caliber, and to be honest, a lot of
ไม่เคยได้เลยนะ
first time at an event of this caliber.
บ่อยไปถมเถเรียกว่าถมเถดีกว่า
that changes the narrative.
ถมเถอะ
It's a pivot point where if they win this game, people are going to assume that it's back to DRX being on track. They 2-0 out of the groups. Okay,
เรียกได้ว่าสม
they
เท
can make
ครับ
a
ผม
serious run of it in playoffs. If they lose here,
บูสติโอไอ้ที่แว่นหนาเท่า
people
อายุทธ์เลย
start
วะ
to, you know,
แต่อายุทธ์หนากว่านิดนึง
really take
When?
seriously
Are you
the
think
warning
what?
signs that
When?
we've seen from
Hey,
DRX of whether or not they might be entering a slump period.
There's been rumors swirling around this DRX team about their form heading into the event as well. You can just see it as well, just in terms of the rosters they've been fielding. It's been back and forth. Stacks feeling particularly stressed, but here's a fight that's about to occur on the south side of the map. Not too many players to receive it. Buzz is going to have to play this one a bit safer because 4 players are walking towards him. Turret takes contact, fault line off of it, and now running all the way through.
ชิบหายละ
Have to be ready for this one, Buzz.
เฮ้ย
Close to the
ไม่โดน
ropes.
แฟด
Wider
อะไร
sweep
มัน
with an
บัง
eight
อะ
person and back showstopper over and away.
น่าจะปันจากว่าคีบัง
โอ้
Is being squeezed. How can he survive? Can he maintain?
เหี้ยมาเกือบ
So good.
2 ตอนตาย
Incredible work under pressure there from Marco. I love the
เอาแล้ว
EG
โม
on
ง
the bonus round, but
โมง
Chocobo with 60 health.
เฮ้ย
Gotta do
พี่
it
เผลอ
Whoa.
แล้วรู้ว่ามีข้างล่าง
Brought
รู้
it
ได้ไง
back
เอ่ย
just a little.
He's aware
รู้ได้ไงเอ่ย
potentially hearing
เสียง
the
หรือ
sound.
เปล่า
He's buzz out and he's forced it into a 1 versus 1 nade online.
เฮ้ย
Likes the shot anyway. 4 in the round. It matters not for the heroics of Mako. What he was doing on the south side of that map.
One good play
มันรู้ได้
deserves
ไงวะ
another. Chocobo coming out and responded.
ไอ้เหี้ยแม่งรอข้างล่างซะ
A 1v3
จากเกม
where he
มั่ว
was incredibly aware of Buzz coming through tunnel. That's
เหี้ยตัวล่าง Amazing จริง
out of all of them.
I'm assuming he heard the specific sound cue there. I mean, when players are running through tunnel, it
โอ้โห
does make a little
ไอ้
squelch.
เหี้ยฟ็อกซี่
You know, you can spot it out. You can hear it.
แมป2เอาเซตมานะ
Buts do get lost.
They get lost, right?
เหี้ยเหลือหนึ่งยิงไม่โดนสักเม็ด
That is extreme.
ต้องเด็กเหรอ
แดงเลย
I mean, it's the same kind of thing that we've seen from them
เฮ้ยขอบคุณครับ
in
กีตา
3
ร์
out
ส
of
เตอ
4
ร์
rounds now.
They were doing us a lot as well against ASC the other day.
เนี่ยคนชอบกีตาร์ว่ะ
And when they used to do this exec, they would run a neon with it. So they would start the exec from about where Foxy 9 is, right here.
Flash to set it up. Demon One still holding it though.
And now that you don't have the
อย่า
neon,
ดูดิ
you have to
ไม่กลัว
actually
ด้วย
take that arcade space as Foxy was trying to do with the breach
ยืน
fight.
แข่ง
It's
ต่อ
a lot
เลย
more difficult.
อย่าฝั่งนู้นต้องสโมกปิด
We're getting info off of that one inside the smoke as Boostio. Waiting for the right time to strike, but there's a Nanoswarm at his feet. Has to back away a bit of random spam. Maybe you can get quite lucky with it, but
มีอันติอะไรบ้าง
backing away. They
ไม่
don't
มี
want
เล
to
ย
give away any lives.
Ow!
Oh my, I mean the Nanoswarms
ว่าโดนว่ะเย้
caught
มัน
out
แล
there,
ดู
brought
มึน
down
ๆ
to
นะ
his knees. It's a
3-1 โดนได้ไงวะ
5
ปก
back
ติ
and
ไม่
pushing
ค่อยโดน
forwards. He's trying to equalize. Take away the advantage that might be theirs.
เหี้ยมาโกะเอาแล้ววางเป้า
Going
มา
on to
โกะ
team control, the regression from Com.
What a wide
ไม่ช
swing.
อบเลย
Really
อะ
wide swing, and they don't have B main
Zoom.
position either. Buzz and RB anchoring towards the side. They have to really just come up with something massive and potential. It was there for RB. He grabbed his two.
And yeah, Jorgamo
ไม่ไหว
once
ว่ะ
more there to shut it down. And Jorgamo's
ไอ้
got
จา
a
เกโม่
second
มันโหดไป
showstopper
ว่ะ
of the map so far. We're only in
ไอ้โซ
round
ว่า
5.
ด่านนี้เขาไม่ค่อยเล่นกันใช่ปะ
Round
ใช่
4. By the time he gets the ult on
เหี้ยเจอของ
Look
แปล
at
ก
the
อะดิ
setup, by the way. Just want to
ง
point
ง
this
ว่า
out.
คืออะไร
Turret holds contact, and it is
เจอ
so
โซว่า
common
ให้
for
คมไหม
attacking teams to use a flash there and go, and your
Come,
first
he
player
come.
in is pre-aiming the turret position.
คม
And the way that EG like to play that spot is having Demon 1 as the turret behind the turret, the one who actually gets the kills. So as Foxy 9 peaks, his pre-aim is towards where common turret positions are going to be. He's not expecting a player to be challenging. And Demon 1, Boostio both set up to
อ๋อ
try
ไอ้
and
คมมันเล่นแต่โซ
actually
ว่า
take
เลยเหรอ
that fight. I think already, one of the reasons why I'm so impressed with EG, as we see DRX take a time
เสียงทำไมไอ
is
เอ็ม
the prep work that they do. Because even if it's not
มันยังไม่
specific
พูดอะไรเลยนะ
anti-stratting,
เสียงไอที
they are so prepared. The level of
โดนนะ
strategy
โดนนะ
required,
เอ็มมีนะ
the thought
เอ็ม
that
มี
they
ดาบ
put
นะ
into every small fight is there. I would be
ถ้าต่อย
very
เสียงพ่อ
surprised
มึง
if
แก้ควาย
EG don't
อุ้ย
continue to put a lot
โอ้ย
of pre-pressure. Because it denies where Mako wants to play the post plants from. It's really good against the B split.
แต่มันไม่แบน
DRX
มั่ว
do, and it's very good at denying that post plant positioning after
แต่
the
มัน
exit.
จำนะมันจ
I just think EG have come out with a
ำถ้าดอก
really
แรก
nice
มึง
game
รอด
plan that
ดอก
Toby's
2
gonna
มา
have to
อีกมึง
adjust
อาจ
to.
จะโดน
That's what this timeout is for. Maybe even to settle the mindset a little bit here for DRX, because honestly, it's been a very similar approach almost
ไม่
every
เหมือน
single round
ถี
for
ไอ้
DRX
เหี้ย
so far.
มีคนพิมพ์ชื่อมึง
Moving
ถี
into
ไว้
that
ดี
B split, they haven't really explored
Thought
towards
too.
A too much.
เห็นชื่อกูอีก
They're going for this 1-4
ไอ้ถี
split
แบน
again.
มั่วบอก
Buzz
เงี้ย
on the north side is going to be having to play safe here. It looks like there's not going to be too
Hey,
much
T.
attempt of an aggression. Ethan might be
เป็นคนซุกหั
flashing
น
off the rip over the top, it looks like as well. Just a bit of utility
Yeah.
use at the beginning of the deep smoke.
เหี้ยอย่าพูดถึงคนสุพรรณทอมมี่มันลอยมา
They set their sights over towards
ไม่
arcade.
มีอะไรหาเท่าดาราฮอลลีวูดแล้วจริง
ไอ้
ไอ้
เหี้ย
เหี้ยัง
แม่
ไม่
ง
คิดได้ไงวะ
ของจริง
บู
เหี้ย
บูล
นะ
ลี่ในบูลลี่
Well, yeah. A slow approach for the first
โคตร
time.
โหดเลยไอ้
เหี้
เหี้
ย
ย
ตอนนั้นกูไม่รู้จริงไหม
What's up?
ไอ้เหี้ยพี่ผมไปดูช่องพี่บัดดี้ดาราฮอลลีวูดมาสตรีม
Really gonna cause
กูสงสัยอยู่พักหนึ่งไข่ไว้สัตว์กูถามไปแม่งบอกทอมแคะไอ้เหี้ย
Still been able to get a buy here.
ไอ้เหี้ยรั่วเลยสัตว์
Round 3, round 4, round 5. It's close, isn't it?
Well, here we go, Nightfall. Scattered over
King
towards the
behind
side.
it.
Ethan, Nada, his back. Prowler as well in his face. Didn't stand a chance. There's a showstopper.
ไอ้เหี้ยโดนไป
Unleash
โด
this
น
way,
กลับ
that way. Satchel's going all over the bloody place.
ถ่วง
Cannot
ไว้
find the
ถ่วงไว้
target. No sound cues.
ถ่วงให้เพื่อน
Caught with the ult, finally fades. Pre-fires it, does not find a target. And doesn't even expect them to be on the site. It's Jorgamo, who's unaware inside the smokes though. So a 3v4. A bit of
Ui.
spam again.
Khom.
The Phantom. Landing those shots. Lineups now being
เหี้ยดูไลน์อัพดิ
And here's the issue. Mako with Molly, with Orbital Strike. Look at how few DRX players have guns out ready to take fights. They're all playing the post plant lineups.
The orbital strike has to be used for this lockdown. It has to be cleared out there. But again, the post plants. Again, these deep lineups. Foxy 9. What a shot to hit Boostio. Instantly
Wah.
returns the fire. They know where Mako is. That's absolutely
แล้ว
disgusting.
ยิงทันไหมไฟอ่ะ
Starting to get stuck.
ไฟ
Nanoswarm's gonna
ต้อง
take
ยิง
some
ไฟ
time to hit. That's
โอ้
half
โห
one of
ไม่
the
ทัน
kills already. It's bought them time. It's a
มีเวลา
critical
แต่ยัง
one.
มีเวลา
Can Buzz still
อู้
do it? Absolutely
โอ้
not.
เชี่ยไม่มีเทคเละ
The
เทคเลย
Basic
ว่ะ
team had won this guy.
ไอ้เชี่ยดีมอนนี่เอาเรื่องไว้
He stands up
But
to
look at
any
him,
sort of
little-
test that you're going to be throwing at him.
And EG here are perfectly showcasing how to abuse the way that DRX play these post-plant
แม่งมาแล้ววะ
situations. One of the issues that people were talking about when Zest was in the lineup was them playing very formulaically. I don't think it actually matters which lineup they use. DRX are always going to try and drop back into these extremely static, passive post-plant lineup situations on
เนียน
Fracture.
ตาที่สุด
Their economy finally broken now, but you can see EG are just ready to try and fight those 1v1s towards the end of the round. They know that DRX are not going to be in spots to trade for each other.
Now on a halfway, we finally start to see it a bit fast. With the play
นิคอน
here, the
ปั๊บ
tempo's
ไม่มี
increased
ใครยิง
over the top.
เรียบร้อย
Obviously
เอ้า
nice lit up. He's scared.
โดนระเบิด
He's
ไล่
worried.
ครับ
He's going to get spammed as a nade at his feet.
โดนระเบิดเนต
Slaughter
ไล่
right
ก็ต้อ
now
ง
on
ห
a
นี
flood
ก่อน
attempt as well. The call is made by EG.
Ui,
Take
Mako.
it straight to them, you Mako.
เอ้ย
Returns with a fire. The
โอ้
sheriff
โห
doing
ช็อก
so
ดัก
much work.
เจ็บไหมไม่โดนหรอ
That's just the shot.
คอมมันยิ
But
งแห
this
ละ
is a 2v4
นั่นดิ
where Buzz and RB have been
ไม่
able
ได้
to
สัก
pick
ตัว
up
เลยอ่ะ
Immediately retreat back to halls as well.
แต่มาโกะว่ะมาโกะลาวนี้เอาให้จัดเก็บไป2
Still maintaining that drop control. Buzz doesn't actually have any nano swarms to play the lineups from that position.
ไม่น่าพลาดละมั้ง4-2 อุ้ย
Clearing out the side here, Com, making sure that
4-2 มีโพสต์แพนมีทุกอย่าง
for it's going to be that
โอ้โห
rotation here. Showstopper.
เอาเลยแม่งเอาเลยลาวนี้แม่งเอาเลย
Molly as well.
ไม่สนไอ้เหี้ย
Ahead of time.
ต้องเอาเพราะเกมโดน เกมโดนนำอยู่ 0-5
Clutch.
What a bounce back.
Yeah, Boostio was
อุ้ยพงศิษฐ์คัมภีร์ที่เดอะพับบิก
prize series, but that's an impossible task even for him.
เอาแล้วว่ะ
And so DRX, they take their thrifty, they go for their normal.
พักซ้ายตาเธอนะคนดี
A couple of different ideas from EG on how they want to defend this. EG blast back up, Jorgamo into sight,
เฮ้ยมันหลบ
and
บูม
he
บอดด้วย
ends
เหรอ
up missing, getting taken out by some fantastic sheriff shots from DRX. And perhaps EG are going to have to adjust how they run the A split, but that would give me a lot of confidence as DRX to just start running the A exec over and over.
Look towards it. So Stimmy with the drone.
Southside crunch on the thrifty.
And the stun connects. That fault line is huge. Here's the rolling thunder. Right through them into the face. Jordan is still messing around. He wants the action. He
แม่ง
wants
หั
the
กไม่โดน
smoke.
อีกเหรอวะ
They still know where the last player is.
แล้ว
He
ไฟ
can
เบรก
have the shot towards
ไม่
the
ให้ยัด
side. Boostio. He
เอาโดน
supplements.
คืนไอ้เหี้ย
Tight squeeze.
มาดิ
Everybody has
ไอ้
fallen.
เหี้ยเล่นเป็นเหมือนกันนี่หว่า EG
The reason he's still alive.
แบบดัน
Well away from the action on the north side of the map. Let's see if he can do it again. The triple face will deny any chances. A thrifty. That's back to back from either team.
Incredible stuff. Love the idea from EG. You know, some fans are asking me, you know, how does 100 Thieves make it to Tokyo? Well, one of their strats made it there. The Southside Crunch coming out. Lovely stuff to see. We've seen a couple of teams in the Americas pull this one. It seems very unconventional, but with the combination of all of your utility,
แม่งแจ่ม
it
จ้วด
can
อ่ะ
be
โอ้โอ้โอ้
extremely oppressive to play against.
แตกบอกป
And
ว
I
ด
think
ปวด
this match
ชั
in
ย
general on Fracture is a clash between two styles. Two really big, very different
สวัสดีครับน้อง
styles.
ปิงสวัสดีครับ
The Dex talked about it a little bit with Com's Sova. Also the fade on the other side, the amount of north and south side crunches that are going to happen.
เหี้ยรีคอนนี่ปั่นป่วน
You're
นะไอ้
already
สัส
seeing some form of
หลายรอบ
adjustment.
แล้วรีคอนเนี่ย
They know that DRX have been going into these B splits. They have given up a bit of tree control. That's why Fox
Ui.
is on that line. Lockdown's going to be used.
ไม่มีอะไรแก้ปะเนี่ย
Try and break this one. That's an aftershock. Shock darts?
But they missed the shocks.
Yeah. Is the goal there? I'm not too sure what the
เอา
goal
ชิบ
is.
หาย
Not sure how they would even land, but it means that 3
Ow!
players are detained. They thought that was going to be cleared out here. Straight into tower. Easy pickings. Skipping a hop. You will not escape the sightlines. Easiest kills of RB's life.
I'd love to see that from Com's POV because I don't know where he was even trying to fire the shock darts from, but they were clearly intended to land there.
Yeah. It's a
That must
bizarre
be
one.
very precise.
But here we
ไอ้ปอ
go.
เป็นไรอ่ะ
Running away onto the side to realize the time is of the essence. Satchel.
ไม่ใช่ มันไม่ใช่แค่
Couldn't
after
land a
shock ครับ
clean shot. Aim wasn't reset.
เหมือนจะเป็นช็อกดาดด้วยหรือเปล่า
Suto being used as well.
เขารู้แหละว่า
One out
after
in
shock
the
มันทำลาย
open.
ไม่ได้
Up
That
to
man-
just Ethan.
เหมือนพี่ได้ยินว่า
Not a
มีช็อก
winnable
ดาดมัน
round
มั
ahead
น
of
ไม่
him.
ลงแหลก
He's up against the rolling
Like,
thunder.
yeah,
At this point,
yeah.
just got to back away and
Think
save.
about
But
it.
yeah,
มัน
it
ผ
would
ส
be
มกับ
interesting
อย่าง
to
อื่น
see
แล้วมันจะพังได้อยู่ดี
what went wrong
ใช่
แต่อีกอย่างหนึ่งมาลงนะ
That's
They
literally
were
what
purely
was
set
just
up.
Long
Right. Yeah, I mean they were purely set up thinking
แต่
that
มันไม่ระเบิด
okay, they're going to lock down.
หมายถึงว่าถ้ามันลงนะ
อ๋ออีกอย่าง
We've got
ลง
For it,
ถ้า
but
อย่าง
ใช่
ลง
มันผสมมาลง
And there are a couple
เอ้ย
of
ถ้าผสม
very
มาแตกอยู่ดี
small
แต่ว่า
positional
ช็อกดาด
adjustments
ไอ้
to
after
make
shock
with your
ใครไม่รู้บ้าง
lockdown
ตอนเนี้ยว่ามันทำลายไม่แตก
Whether you wanna tuck it into the corner
มัน
or
รู้
not. But
แต่มัน
right,
พลา
so
ด
here's
มัน
Com.
เฟลเฉย
Just stuck towards the end. Yeah, this is him getting caught towards the end. I mean, he's already used his shocks at this point, and he just gets stuck inside tower. Poor guy. Easy pickings for RB though, farming it up. That's going to help for DRX.
Not really replicatable though, is it? DRX.
Not until
Got
they
a
have
bank on the
another.
misplay a little bit.
Yeah,
So.
not until they have a whole other lockdown on charge.
Yeah. But the A split did work fast. Last time the DRX attempted this on their half pipe.
ไม่รู้อะมันก็มีไลน์อัพซ้อมอะไรของมันมาหรือเปล่า
Slow at the beginning.
But I like this.
Nah.
The slower and more contact.
มันอาจจะตั้งไม่ตรงด้วยป่ะผมว่านะอาจจะซ้อมที่หนึ่งมาแต่ตั้งไอ้ที่หนึ่งมันไม่ชัวร์
Prowler out.
แต่มันไม่มีทางที่มันจะโง่ขนาดที่ว่าอัพเลยช็อตทำลายไม่ได้อะ
Two of the kills returned. Ethan making the most of that one there. Flash in his face. Boostier's got back away. There's a rolling thunder. He's locked up, yet stunned up. Still lands the kill. Bullet to the cranium. Hunter's Fury to supplement and help out in the back. Players can start to swarm this one. It's a 2 versus 2. Spike picked up. Nate to deny and another showstopper in the back pocket. There's a shock dart, or at least the recall.
มาแล้วบึ้ม
Rocketing forwards.
โอ้โหแล้วปิดมุมตัวนั้นด้วยเทรดไม่ได้เหี้ย
Big play from Chogamo there too, but to
อะไร
me,
มันจะ
it's
เพอร์เฟก
Busio
ขนาด
that's
นั้
the
น
hero of the round, as he was in the game against
แม่งก
Foot.
ระเด็นถอยหลังแล้วมัน
You
เทร
see
ด
him
ไม่ได้
scratching the back of his head, wondering whether, we
Yeah,
played that pretty
Multi-O,
well.
เอา
I
อย่าง
got
นั้
a
น
couple
มึ
of
ง
kills while I was stunned up. I mean, that one on
Phantom
Stacks is a round changer.
Oh yeah.
That's
Stacks is
all.
able to get
ไอ้
in,
เหี้ย
but it's the combo of utility. It's very good breach utility as they come through. There's a Hunter's Fury there, putting enormous amounts of pressure on the people coming into sight.
เหลือเกิน
And EG are trying to flood defend A. Very different idea compared to how they're defending B by getting those retakes off, challenging other areas. EG are really trying to wait until DRX have thrown those smokes and then pile through them with breach and Sova util. And this is the thing, DRX are just going to run the same kind of execs over and over. They're not a team that changes very much. That's been a major criticism of them.
There's not much nuance in their playbook.
เอ้ย
That's what we were hoping to see, I think, heading into this tournament, and you have to be
เหี้
ready
ยโด
for
นรี
this.
คอนตลอด
Lit up.
เหมือนไม่ค่อยได้ยิงรีคอนด่านนี้เหรอวะ
Satchel.
Hey.
You will not escape Jorgamo's sights.
ไม่ดีเอ็กโดนไอ้
This
นี่
time,
ตบแบบ
EG are not set up
Bendik
to be able
เลยวะ
to flood defend A because they went for that play over
โดนรีคอน
towards
เยอะ
mid.
มาก
Now
อะ
we're gonna see
ด่าน
a
เนี้ย
different
พวกมันอะ
application of
ซ้อ
the
มมาไม่เคย
defense.
เจอว่ะ
พี่ว่าไม่เคยเจอเว้ยมันแบบไม่ได้ตั้งรับรีคอน
Can't be pressured. There's nobody
ไม่ชิน
pushing
กัน
tree.
นะ
So
ที่
this
ต้อง
is
เจอ
a
รีคอน
really good setup for
มุมมัน
DRX
เยอะ
right
กว่า
now.
มุมแบบเขาเรียกว่าอะไรไม่รู้มุมว่ารีคอนจะมาตรงไหนบ้าง
Orbital strike can get rid of that.
But I don't think they even
Không
want
lại
to.
đây mấy.
What is playing offside? They do. They still obviously be using this one. It's a wide face there. Foxy 9, he was alone onto the site. He's taken out early enough. A tap onto it. Spikes there. After shot round the corner, round the side, facing RB. Man of the hour. Reattempt, reaggress right here. Com sticking his hand
เอาครึ่งให้
right through the volley. It's a lifeline. It's still shut down. Demon 1.
สแต็กมาแล้วเว้ย
Not able to grasp it.
Stacks with the clutch at the end. And you can see they were still getting contested. That push through door put a lot of pressure on DRX. They also forced out the orbital strike early, so it couldn't just be used on the plant. But here's that molly. Mako uncontested, no flank on the retake. And in the end, even after Com got half, it came down to this 1v1. Whoever won it would have been able to
มัน
secure
ก็
the
ต้องรี
round.
เช็คตลอดนะว่าเอ้ยรีคอนจะ
Stacks
มา
comes
นะ
through
รี
big
คอน
for
จะ
his
มา
team.
นะ
That's
แต่
only
มันก็
his
ยาก
third kill of the map
ไม่
so
รู้แม่งมา
far.
มุมไหนบ้างไอ้
But he
เหี้ย
wins his team a whole round off the back of it and knocks EG down onto an eco.
Bomb buddy out.
เจอของแปลกก็ไปไม่เป็นเหมือนกัน
ของแปลกเลยเหรอ
Feel how scared DRX are. Dump a bit
แปล
of
ก
it.
ดีสัตว์แต่ว่าด่านนี้
Utility, familiar kind of beginning to around there, but Foxy 9 was pre-aiming where the dart was last time. They're really quite concerned of being crunched.
อุ้ย
Do like the approach
Oui.
though. Slow default. Over the ropes though.
ได้ยินเสียงรีโหลดนะ
joining
เมื่อ
the
กี้
rest of
ได้
his
ยินบอก
team.
ว่า
So they were just hoping for a bit of
ไม่รู้ถึงไหม
aggression when EG's on that half bite.
Which makes sense.
เฮ้ย
EG went for a crunch last
เหี้ย
time.
แม่งไฟไล่โซว่าเหี้ยไอ้แตก
At the
ไอ้
minute
แตก
mark,
ไอ้
DRX
แต
are
ก
going
นี่
to
ราย
start
การ
to move
นะ
up and go towards somewhere. Foxy 9 and RB are 2 away. Look at the timing though that EG are taking. Similar kind of timing. 1 minute on the clock, they go and clear out an area. So this is just an info play. DRX though should be able to take a sight off the back of this. They might be too slow.
เฉาโชว์แล้วไง
The economy advantage
แล้ว
should
มา
win
บอม
this
นี้ด้วย
round, but they are going into
5-5 ไอ้สัต
Now
ว์
going into 5.
รีคอนมาอีกแล้ว
370,
โดนอีกแล้ว
all the
โด
way
นรีคอน
pushed
อีกแล้ว
through. Nade gets them in, double satchel. Shorty in his hands, but he's right up in the air. Easily shot right out of the skies.
มาพร้อมแฟลช
Making sure to contain all the
ไม่ได้
smokes as well. That flood attempt was put down in a moment's notice. Smoke fades away, but okay.
จะมาลักกงลักไก่
รักกงรักไก่รักหมูทำไม่ได้
ไม่วาง
นะ
ด้วยคือไง
But it gives us a little bit of downtime here. Coming into the half, I'm sure both coaches are going to have a lot to say in terms of helping their teams reinforce the situation. Termi's already used one of his timeouts, remember? And I think just in general, the coaching class is so interesting to me, Brent. Because
ขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอวิ่งหนี
conversation with the Pacific fans about how Termi's managed timeouts and the selection of rosters that they've
แล้วถ้าตายบอมอะ
how tumultuous everything seems on the DRX side.
ถ้าตั้งอยู่ดี
All of
แต่
that
ไม่ได้ลูก
comes
แก้ว
from Termi, and the
มันหนี
coaching
วุ่น
staff
ขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอ
out further than him. And on the other side, you have
Yeah.
Potter, whose
Yeah.
timeouts have been
Yeah.
extremely impactful whenever EG have needed
น่า
them.
น่าจะให้
And
เก็บ
has
ลูกแก้ว
also built,
ไม่ใช่ดิมันวางเบอร์ไปแล้ว
changed the roster in a way that propelled the team to success and has
Oh,
added a lot of good
โคตรเนี้ยบ
structure.
เลยเฮีย
She's now going to be taking
เอา
attack
ชัวร์
time
เอา
out to
ชัวร์
talk
ไง
with the rest
กู
of
ไม่
the
สน
team.
หรอก
As EG
เฮียว่ามึง
roars.
จะเป็นแค่คลาสสิกแล้วเหลือคนเดียว1 ต่อ
The arc or the
5กูต้อง 100%
descension of these coaches are on very different pathways at the moment, and I think that's one of the big things that Termi's
แก้ว
got
ใหม่
to
ไหม
figure out
สัต
in
ว์
order to have a chance to win this tournament.
อะไรมันจะแห้งขนาดนั้นนะ
So far, DRX have been making quite nice adjustments. That's why you're seeing the timeout forced by EG.
Not
ไม่
exactly
ชอบเกาหลี
sure how
ชอบเหยียด
it's
คนไทย
related,
He really likes the word vamos.
จริงเหรอ
He really likes
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
He
yeah.
pumps his
ใครยังเหยียด
fist
ลาว
and
เลย
says
นั่นแหละ
vamos. So,
Right.
yeah.
I forgot about that connection, but you're absolutely correct. Yeah.
โอเคเท่ากัน
But yeah, I mean the vibes overall for DRX. I mean, we're on the topic of it. It's been rumors swirling around this DRX team in terms of what roster they're running. Talk of potential burnout as well. Like, not really feeling it heading into the tournament ahead of time. This match is really a chance to dissuade a lot of that and try and get some confidence back overall.
Yeah.
But I will say, you look at Stacks. I don't think I've ever seen him this stressed early on in a tournament.
Yeah.
Too many smiles, not too much joyous whimsy. It's been quite stern.
There's got to be a lot of pressure on him as the IGL to try and figure out a system when it's constantly changing underneath him.
Exactly.
And not just that, I think he's individually struggled at times, in their games against PaperX domestically, to be able to get a good read on how to
ชาวโชว์ชาวโชว์
such a run. So yeah,
นั่นแหละ
tough times. But DRX coming into the final round
เหยียดกันไป
with
เหยียดกัน
big
มา
ultimates to work with. The fade ult was incredibly useful last time at being able to put pressure on the side anchors, although they took a B.
Showstopper. What an increase all
Yeah,
the way
I mean,
through.
the
Let's see if
ต่อให้เกาหลีมันเหยียดไทยกูก็ชอบกินกิมจิอยู่ดี
Fires it off, Jorgamo.
Ethan's flash.
Oh, it's a random spam, it's a random spray all the way through. What a lead going straight through an exchange as well. Of bullets, a flash as well to try and push through, and it's a 3-2-1 swing into the
โดน
smoke.
รีคอน
Lit up though.
นั่นไง
Jorgamo can't
ไอ้
hear
เหี้ย
anything.
รีคอน
doesn't
นี่
know
แม่ง
this.
วุ่นวายเลยเว้ย
It's being swarmed, and there we go.
มัน
It's
ไม่เคยเจอจริงๆนะ
round the back, and just like that, blink of an eye. That's the last round of this first half. It's over.
Normally when they get the success on this map, I think about it being potent on the attack side.
เหี้ยไฟสูตร
Although we were talking
เนต
when
สู
we
ตร
were
ซ้ำไปอีกที
casting
นึง
them against ASE.
แล้วบูมบอท
the
สูตรอีก
defense
เหรอ
side against
สูตร
the
เยอะ
FM
จัง
was really good.
Waves
โอ้
of
โหแล้ว
the
แฟด
utility being used
แล้วเบรก
as well
คน
to
เดียว
try
เลย
and
เหรอ
take
บัส
this tower control, but they're all grouped
บัส
up in there. Could be
โอ้
cause
โห
for
บัส
concern.
บัส
They're
ว่ะ
all grouped up.
บัส
And
ไม่ตาย
Electric
ให้เพื่อน
is
ช่วย
tearing up the pieces. Buzz having a field day, but
ไอ้เหี้ย
from behind, Ethan
เล่นค
he
นดี
does
บัสมุม
help
เนี่ย
them out.
มุมประจำมันเลย
Close to Jenny, they get
ไล่
themselves
เพื่อนช่วย
onto the
ไกล
site, and they do have relatively decent post plan. I believe this is a reflank attempt by
ๆก็โดน
Korn
ปืนพกเหรอ
to the back of tunnel. He's going to be meeting Foxy 9. So wins out that
รู้
fight,
ตำแหน่
a
ง
critical
2 ตัว
one here for DRX. It's evened it up into a
แล้วไง
2
ต่อ
versus 2.
And now I think they should have a good idea about where RB is, that it was a double
เอ้ย
flank.
มันไม่รู้ตำแหน่งตัวเหรอวะ
Can't be completely
ตอน RB ส
sure
แป
of
ม
that.
อ่ะไอ้เหี้ยบียังมอง CT อยู่เลย
Foxy 9's got good utility as well to stop anybody peeking from tower that could potentially isolate a 1v1 on site. Winnable for both sides here.
Look at this, Aftershock still available. Is it in a position where he can really use it? Tap on.
อะไร
Off, it's a swing into the 1-on-1. RB sticking, he gets his half, jump spot, gets him off a tap, it forces the fight from Ethan again. How does he want to play this one? Round to the sides, and there it is. 4 for Ethan. This guy has been
นั่งแม่ง
an
เลยละกันไอ้เหี้ย
absolute menace
ขี้เกียจ
to
ยิง
any
ละ
team that goes up against EG. The latter half of the regular season in Americas, throughout all of playoffs, he's been reaching new heights.
เกาหลีโดนแล้วล่ะ
In terms of all of the utility and then crucial moments like this, Ethan is the rock that EG can rely on. You've heard Potter talk about it previously as well, how much his experience and communication means to them in the game. Boostio's also given him and Com both to help in the mid
ไอ้
round.
โกะชอบ
Yeah, that's
มึงหมุ
really
น
well
ท่าดี
played
กว่า
by
โกะ
both
บอก
RB and him in the clutch there, but Ethan gets just that tiny outplay towards the end. And I think
โกะ
that's
ยิ้มกับอะไร
nailing
แบบนี้เหรอ
DRX's chances on fracture, barring something crazy happening.
Really should be. Pistol round was must win.
วอลลี่ไทยมีใครบ้าง มีทีบีลอย
The potential
He
map
blew
loss here for DRX.
มีใครวะรู้แค่นั้นแหละ
At this point as well,
มีต้องรัก
usual game
ที่
plan
เป็น
going to be
โค้
to
ด
try and farm up some of these orbs. It's typically what they end up doing on the eco rounds of these fracture maps that they play. Smokes drop down, this seems to be the go button. There it is, it's hit for EG. Taking up to the sights. Buzz was potential nuisance there, just sitting himself down into arcade and attempting to disrupt as well and get the spike denied from the
เปิด
plant.
ได้สักหนึ่งนะลักไก่
Too much really getting done and it's
อุ้ยโดน
looking
เกี่ยวหัว
very healthy.
อุ้ยแล้ววิ่งมั่วเลยฮะ
Lose
อาร์บี
anybody. It's a
ตบดัดลงแหล่ง
fantastic anti-eco.
เจ็บเล็กน้อย แล้วมีแฟด แล้วก็ปาด
Extremely
ผม
clean.
จบ
Building up towards some ultimates, but none massively online for the bonus round. Nevertheless, I think you can see that they're also aware of the way that DRX want to defend B. The main way that DRX are going to defend B is by having one player hard anchor around Dice or around Tower, and then Stacks and Mako are going to find time to push through the smoke like that. And even though Stacks only has a pistol in that
แล้วเลท
situation,
เป็นรองนะอย่างเงี้ย
you know, that's something that EG have to be very aware of.
นักลงทุนน่าจะชอบ
timings against a plethora of teams,
มาภาพเนี้ย
including attacking Soul Esports,
เล่น
where
ดี
we saw
เล่น
them
ดี
do the
มาก
win yesterday.
There it is, boatload of utility. Send flying, arcing right over towards drop. So control of that's going to be gained now for EG. And talking about the health of their economy as well. I mean, there's so much danger in this round, even still for DRX.
รีคอนสูตรอีกปะเนี่ย
Against this
มีอะไร
bonus,
แจมๆไหม
rifle in the hands of Jorgamo.
ถ้าโดนรีคอนอีกนี่แย่แล้ว
Know
ครับ
what this guy can do with it.
โดนแม่งเลยละกันเฮีย
Here it is, drone to lead it in. That's an aftershock. Use to disrupt it, just pound for pound using the util. They
Recon.
laid it out. There's a couple of layers to it.
ไม่มี
Seems
ไม่มี
nice. It's
recon
delayed a little bit.
But they're just baiting out this
Recon
defensive
cooldown,
utility,
they're Recon
and now
cooldown
this
มา
second
ปุ๊บไปเลย
wave is going to be where they commit.
Still have the nade. Flash to accompany. It's all combined together. Doesn't actually connect there.
โดนรีคอน
Satchel, the
ติ๊กหนึ่ง
movement. It is nice, but RB was ready as well to contain. Stacks from the side, all the way through spawn. A fight to be taken. Boostio! Landing two. Spots the third, and Demon 1 has also got a sight set on him. They know exactly where he is, but the movement is
ไม่รู้
quite
มุม
gorgeous. Foxy 9.
อุ้ยบูท
Jiggle out
ดู
to
มาก
the
จั
side
ด
with 4
บูท
bullets left in
เอ้า
the rifle. A reload
เฮียจะพีก
wrist.
อยู่ในสัตว์รีโหลด
Doesn't know where Buzz is. Thinks that the position could be anywhere with 30 seconds into the round. Spike out into the open. Not a lot of health to work with. Needs to force an early
ว่า
fight.
บูททำได้
Boostio's
ว่ะ
gone silent for so
ต่อ
long.
ให้เลือดน้อยนะ
Buzz was worried he went up.
Okay. Spike gained
เฮ้ยทันปะเนี่ย
seconds though. Is he really going to try and
บ้าแล้ว
going to clear this corner?
เออ นั่นแหละ
Knife has to be out as well if he was to make that timing. And so there's a gamble in the 1v2. But DRX, they do win their buy round. They stop that bonus from really getting away with too much.
Yeah. EG with worse weaponry for sure, and still a good attack idea. I think the utility and the way that Jorgamo entries onto this site is dangerous. It's difficult to work with, and DRX had a decent answer. They didn't use all of their utility, just to fend off the first few probes.
เออแม่งคือบูทต่อยนี่หว่าไอ้เหี้ยแม่งแค่สลับกันโอกับไอ
Of a change in terms of how teams play.
กินให้มันถูกน้องพูดได้ไม่
Because
กิ
he's
นให้
only
มัน
one
ถูก
away from that lockdown. Of course, Ethan one away also from the Rolling Thunder, so that depends which one you particularly want to prioritize.
Shot dart.
It's
นั่น
going
แห
to
ละ
be
มัน
Ethan.
ไอกระสุนแชทใหม่มันทำมาเพื่อไม่ให้สแปมนั่น
The initial load of utility
แม่งโกง
sent
เกินส
flying.
แปมควัน
Look how active Boostio is
ตาย
here.
ง่ายไป
You don't see Killjoy players do
Look
that
how
often.
active
It
DRX
isn't active yet. I mean,
But middle,
DRX
no?
trying to take the fight straight out of halls. Got my eyes locked onto the minimap. I'm trying to take your role.
Yeah, so that was fended off. Foxy9 goes down. And now, with the space on the map that Boostio's got, as you mentioned earlier, that's going to allow EG to go through the rope and back over to him. They can set up for some kind of north side push.
Yeah.
It looks like Ethan's going to try and ult them into the players or something. I mean, Ethan's going to be asked to do quite a lot here.
ขึ้น
Both
อยู่กับอีธาร่า
battling in A.
เฮ้ย
Okay.
อับแม่งเลยสัตว์
There, there's a dart at the back. The aftershock slowed
Lord.
to a
เอา
crawl.
ไฟเบรกไว้ครับ
Smoke dropped down as well. It's cut it all the way up and a
Ui.
stun to supplement and
เหี้ย
swing
ของจริง
through.
ว่ะบูติโอ
Fight taken
แล้วรอด
this
ด้วย
way, that way.
โอ้โห
Evacuation and shots.
rattled off. That is immaculate from EG.
Oh.
What a play. How creative is that? Find a player at door, breach on them, Sova dart them. You've got Jorgamo coming through on one side, Ethan
ไม่
on
ดู
the
มันส
other.
เปรย์ดิ
This team's creativity is
ต้องดูมันสเปรย์ครับของจริง
unbelievable.
ครับ
You think historically, it's DRX that we've discussed as the team that creates set
Replay,
plays.
พูดหน่อยฮะ
How many teams have a strat called Vision Strikers or DRX? Almost all of them.
Yeah.
And yet, in terms of the creativity and the set plays, we're watching them get outdone.
He just worked it.
Dude, Stacks not only got breach ulted, he also then got full
เอาไหนอะ
afterwards.
An aftershock used.
He's got no chance.
Couldn't stand still.
I almost hit a spray quasar
แล้วมันเป็นคนที่แบบว่าดูแบบ
And they're vibing.
ดูเอนเตอร์เทนตลอดเวลา
Yeah, spirits are
ฮา
high.
ดีนะ
Definitely. Forcing the timeout. The last one here for DRX. It's 11-5.
คิดว่ามูดทีม
This
น่าจะ
map
ชิล
here
ตลอด
for
เวลา
Fracture.
มีแค่นี้อยู่
That's the evolution of this EG team. I mean, they come in with these really excellent ideas. And I've said this before as well in Americas when we're watching a team like EG. What point does a gimmick comp just become the meta? What point does it no longer be
ไอพี่ว่าฟ็อก
joke?
ซี่แม่งไม่เก่ง
It's when it starts winning, and EG have got a lot of success. There's a lot of evidence behind them in terms of this Fracture comp. They have so many ideas, twists and turns. The playbook runs deep.
And think about how DRX were winning Fracture yesterday against
นี่มัน
Attack
ปกติพี่
Even though they were getting pushed and they ended up winning 13-10, it was actually individual huge moments that were carrying them through. We had Mako going crazy on Fracture, for example. There is no way that an individual can outplay the waves of utility that are cascading into you on a set strat like that. EG are just almost guaranteed to be able to get a player advantage or get their way into sight. It's oppressive. And it makes it very hard for the individual brilliance on DRX to shine through.
It's left the team reeling, looking for answers.
EG making sure that they control any level of tree aggression early on there. That's why they have a slow pace to begin, but this is just going to be a Killjoy ult play. Alarm bot first to make sure nobody was flanking through Arcade. And this would be extremely effective against somebody like Buzz, who's been anchoring tower a lot. But DRX have read it and they're playing off-site.
Fully away, out of it. Fault line Hunter's Fury right in the gap.
เหี้ย
Where
ฉ
they're
ลาด
gonna be
จัด
standing.
มันสตันขอบอันติคิวจอยครับ ยังไงก็ต้องมีคนอยู่ อย่างน้อยสัก
It's
หนึ่ง
so
อะไร
dead,
ประมาณ
it's
นี้
so good.
และแม่งก็อยู่จริง
Just those extra elements that they
ๆ แล้วก็
throw
ตาม
in.
ด้วยอันติโซว่าที่น่าจะการันตีได้เลยถ้าโดนดอกแรก
Oh, I like that though.
Just a nade to try and
Yeah.
get the tower. Satchel, the movement's quite nice.
คิดไว้แล้วว่ะ
Nade to push it back, so 69 can't quite swing onto
เอา
this.
12
Spikes taken,
อุ๊ย
tower cleared
จะได้
out.
ไหมเนี่ย
Job might be done there, but do they have enough to try and disrupt this post plant setup again? A taste of their own medicine as an aftershock
จะได้
waiting
ไหม
in
เอ่ย
the tunnel. Find him a couple of seconds, but the fight needs to be won out here. Com, Boostio, playing together. Tap onto the spike. Boostio wins his. Fault line's really nice. And they want to take it to him. It's Boostio. Beams him down. Rifle in
ไอ้
hand.
เหี้ยมันทัวร์นี้ทัวร์ของมันจริงวะแม่ง MVP ไปเนี่ยไอ้เหี้ยถ้ามันไปรอบลึกๆอ่ะคือของแม่งเลยนะ
EG up at map point.
ยิงขี้แตกขี้แต่เลย2 วัน
This match, or map, has been a nerd's delight. There's just so many cool things that are being showcased here against the DRX is playing their standard game.
ไอ้เหี้ย
We've heard those high-pitched
Hey, good league,
Boostio
yeah,
excitement
yeah.
noises quite a lot so far this tournament.
man.
They've only played 2 matches, 1.5.
We're breaking a mic.
All right, can DRX pull something out here? The 7-round deficit would be so difficult.
Fault line held. It's an orbital strike. Oh, it's all combined. The nade as well. You
ไอ้
try and
เชี่
get
ย
out.
อะไรวะน่ะ
No one even used
EG.
a rifle.
Yeah, not like
ทำอะไรก็ดีไปหมด
a different game.
They are. I mean, this is
มันตั้งใจเนตดักเหรอ ถอยหลังโดนไฟคือเข้ามาข้างหน้าโดนเนต
Stimmy, drop down. Let's finish this. That's what EG is saying.
Now Giacomo's going to have a showstopper online.
Yeah, and here it is. Just a snowball. The ult's rotating behind Dice, though. Not cleared, and Buzz.
Oh.
He does put that down. Mako, smoke to help out his teammate. Aftershock misses. Doesn't clear it. In and out, weaving this way, that way. Buzz, can he get a little bit more? He can. Straight through.
Yeah.
Watch for. Brings down 3. Doesn't find Demon
เม็ด
1
เดียว
though.
ครับดีมอน
Before he can get any much.
แล้วเหลือ
else
Butio กับ
going,
Demon
RB left alone to do the most.
ได้ไหม
Brought
บู
it
ติ
to
โอ
one on
ดีมอน
one, Nightfall.
เหลือ 1 แล้ว แล้ววันออนวันกับ RB
Dodge though, Demon 1 not tagged by it.
เห็น
Sit out, 35 seconds. This is the stay in the map.
เอาดิ
Demon
เยี่ยแม่งวัดเลย
1
ใคร
really is the final
ใคร
boss. Don't want to be going up
จะเป็น
against
ใคร
it.
เอ่ย
Grabs the spike. Seconds left in the round. Take his time ever so slightly.
RB has been the clutch monster in Pacific this year.
Matt stuck. Where's the positioning? Where's it coming from? Demon 1 stuck into the corner. Peeks it wide, a jiggle, forces it. He knows where RB is. RB. Pressure mounting. Can he do it? Wider face, wider swing. Really being tested, challenged this way, that way.
ยังไง
Haunts up in 5, but really does he even have time?
โอ้ไม่ไหวว่ะเฮียปีศาจ
Just
หนึ่ง
like
ว่ะ
that, map 1.
เฮียโคตรโหด
เลดมีบ้องอยู่ในไววาร์ปก็ตายเลย
So recently to teams
Ow.
that have got some
ตายห
level
ง
of
ตายห่าไป
establishment
1 ราวแล้ว
and they've been given a huge amount of work to do. And yet, Demon 1, I feel, has instantly fit into the system and propelled his team forwards.
มีช่วง
And DRX
แรกๆที่
having
รู้สึกว่ามู
constant
ทีม
issues
ดู
with
ไม่ค่อยดี
integration. I don't think much of that is really
เรียกว่า
it out throughout this attack side, but I have real issues with the way the DRX are playing their attacks recently.
เหม็น
It's
ชะกัน
way
ดีกว่า
too
เรียกว่า
exit
เหม็น
heavy,
ชะ
and
กัน
they don't have these double wave pushes.
เลี่ยราดเลยอะ
Again, I'll get into it when there's an example to showcase, but
ต้องฟ้องบอกตอนที่แพ้ 4 แมตช์ติดกันก็คือในทีมหัวตกกันสุดๆเครียด
Look at
มาก
that, taking liberties against the eco. He's not worried about giving away any of the weaponry. This way, that way.
ๆเครียดก็เราเป็นทีมเต็งมาตลอดอะ
Yeah. Cheeky attempt.
ไม่ใช่ทีมเต็งตลอดดิ
Stacks though. It's not
ใครๆก็มองว่าในโซนเราก็สุดอะเพราะเราก็ไปเล่นในเวทีระดับโลกตลอดต่อให้จะมีคัทมีอะไรเงี้ย
It's really quite difficult, I think, to get a
จุด
hold
นี้ก็จะเป็น
of where EG might be bad at.
จุด
with
ที่
that
มี
map
โอกาสได้ไป
They've had a lot of wins across the board
และ
on
ทีนี้
a
แม่งไปในลีก
multitude of
ใครๆก็
maps.
ต้อ
It
งมอง
makes them
ว่า
a
แม่งแบบ
difficult team to prep into.
I think they have a very solid map pool. Anything that they spend a serious amount of time on, they seem to get good at pretty quickly. And
นักแข่งก็เวอร์อยู่เหมือน
I
กัน
couldn't really pick a map where I think DRX has a major advantage. The weaponry advantage, though, is massive in favor of DRX here. We've got what looks like a bit of a mid-crunch between Demon 1 and Boostio. They're just going to look for picks here, I think.
Oh, Demon 1, he's not messing around,
Oi.
man.
Oh, fast.
เฮ้ย
Being held, paranoia so deep.
อู้
Is that?
เชี่ยว่าจะฟลิกว่ะ
ที่มันยิงได้ไงวะ Perfect there. The set
Yeah.
break, it
เม็ด
actually
เดียวเล
really
ย
works that one.
แม่งโคตร
That
ล็อก
time
อะ
finding major value, and that's taking the smokes out too. Makes the attacking round very difficult to call.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gobsmacked still. But a reaction here from DRX. Smoke to block that. Close the door, try and get themselves into this B site. Cleaned out. Angles watched for. Nobody anchoring towards the back, so they'll be able to get that plant down. And they still have B main control, but it's a critical one to hold. RB is being swarmed.
แฟด
It's 3 players just trying to take him out
โอ้
here.
โหโคตรแจ่มจวดเฮ้ย
Into the
โอ้
corner.
ถ้าโอเมนไม่โดนแฟดนะแจ่มจริง
Perfect play.
It's cleared out. Removing one
Okay,
area
now
of the
you
map
are.
as well. This hold just getting a little bit weaker now for DRX. Has to be a massive heroic
Oh,
play.
DRX
It
โด
can't
น
be
ว่ะ
the case
โอ้โห
here. Dropping right down. How does
มันยิง
Shogun
กันไม่โดนเลย
Every crossfire
ไม่เล่นดีจังวะ
picked
อีจี
apart, broken to pieces. And it's a bonus round win for EG.
แม่งโหดไปว่ะ
Immaculate stuff right from the off. We've seen a lot of teams go for that same kind of play. You smoke off tiles, you paranoia.
fat
So
sวยจ
take
ริง
a
นะ
look at the paranoia here.
หมายถึง
Does actually catch
ดู
on
อะไร
the
วะ
Mako.
ดูที่
But
นี่
most of the time that player is going to be able to
Fat B main
escape
เนี่ย
or
สวยมาก
the
ครับ
Jet ends up getting punished. But there, everything that EG are doing today is
ฮะ
working exactly to punish DRX.
ไอ้เหี้ย
That level of momentum where you pull out a set
ยัง
play,
จะโดนอีกเหรอ
win the bonus. Let's go! It just works perfectly. And yeah, Potter's as surprised as we are that Jorgamo was just able to leap into sight and get the kill.
How is he resetting his aim that fast when he's
Yeah.
jumping around the corner?
Ludicrous.
Biggest belief, but
But to me, I mean, that little... The protocol to clear out B main is so impressive too.
อาทิตย์หน้าไอ้ยแมตช์หน้าดิไม่ต้อง
This
ถึง
is
อา
a
ทิตย์หน้าหรอก
pistol
แมต
round
ช์หน้า
setup
เซ
actually
ต
on
ลงแน่นอ
defense
น
here that EG are using.
100%
We've seen a lot of teams go for
หมดเวลาของมึงแล้วไอ้ Foxy
dashes away, and that sets
แม่
up
ง
Jorgamo hiding in the corner as bait.
the idea is you don't expect the Omen to just be hiding there. Dashing
โอ้
forward.
แล้วเบรดให้เพื่อนเลย
So much dashing
แล้วเบรดให้เพื่อน
away.
แล้วไม่
How is
เช็ค
Demon
แน่
One surviving? But here it is, the bait and switch. Triple face up, already taking the fight. Right to them this
ไม่น่า
time.
แฟดว่ะ
Everyone stacks.
น่าเดินออกไปยิงเลยอ่ะ
Round as well, making sure no players can swing out
แฟดทำไมวะ
heaven.
And they've needed that
เขาไม่รู้
DRX.
ตำแหน่งนะเว้ย
Mako with the bulldog going nuts there.
He's would have been the player that
มีพลาด
they
มาก
can really count on. EG though still want to make a go at this one. have the money.
ถ้าไม่แฟดได้แน่นอน
Answering back, picks up the rifle, repositions. Com just needs to get out of there.
แบบเปิดสัก1 สัก 2อะไรอย่างเงี้ยคิดว่าได้ครับเพราะว่าเขาไม่น่ามองมุมนั้นอะเพราะเจ็ตแดดออกมาแล้วอะมันแบบรอให้แล้ว
And he finishes it as well.
อย่า
I
โก
mean,
เดินมา
that's
ให้
a
เม็ดเลย
Mako round. He avoids all of the pressure early on, gets away, dodges the paranoia, and he's just set up perfectly with a bulldog. You see the way the DRX are using the light armor a lot. It allows them to invest on rounds like this. This was a half buy, and yet Mako still had enough to have the bulldog. I don't think he's able to have that level of impact if he's only got, you know, a sheriff or a stinger or something like that. Well, that's a big one. Helps the vibes as well for DRX, because going down 4-0 would have... That's difficult mentally.
Yeah, gets them back into it. Now they're dealing with a different obstacle ahead of them. Demon One's picked up this... oh, wait, what is this? Leviathan spam?
It's a bit of a fake, so it feels a bit like Leviathan spam. I think the idea being that you drive people into Demon One's op. Look at how passive Demon One is set up on B with that operator. He was hoping that DRX would react into him. He's just having a friendly look at the turret there.
อ๋อป้อมมันดูอยู่มันเลยไม่ได้ต้องเล็งใครเข้าใจได้
Well, still holds it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the turret holding contact
มันไม่มีอะไรทำมันว่างก็เลยเล็งตรงนั้น
they know that B main hasn't been breached by DRX. They've still got a lot of map control and information.
It's been slowed down, entering the minute mark.
And of course, here we have Boostio playing off-site because there is that null command available for stacks.
There's a turret. Ready and waiting now. Smoke drop down, flash as well. Demon One. That's just reactions. Anticipation.
Oh!
And that's just instinct fire, man. It's unreal. Light them up. The supportive utility.
เหี้ยดวงตาปีศาจมันไม่เหมือนมนุษย์ทั่วไปนี่หว่า
Reinforcements have arrived and no one will cross
มันมองเห็นในความมืดไม่แปลกครับไม่แปลก
Wiggled himself into the side. The Shakhtar's lucky to survive.
อู้ยเหลือ1
goodness.
เหลือ1ถ้าลูกแรกลงแรงหน่อยนะน่าจะตาย
Spike planted, but you have to see a miracle. A big moment, a big step up. Mako, can he do it again? The potential is there. Flash over the top. They made it winnable, but it's all up to Stacks, and he just can't reset the aim.
เอาให้ดี
It was there for EG. Decent try.
เอาให้ดีนะโดนนะ
Mako and Stacks almost pulling some magic out again. That's what it seems like it's going to require at this point.
โอ้ดูดิมองไม่เห็นเหี้ยเลย2 คิว
And he's just
เฮ้ย
purely off timing.
ปีศาจ
Unbelievable.
แต่พอมองเห็นปุ๊บยิงไม่โดน งงไหมล่ะ
Because that should be a situation where they're able
มอง
to
ไม่เห็นยิงโดนมองเห็น
and get into
มองเห็นยิง
comfortable
ไม่โดน
spots. You expect maybe to lose one to some
บ้า
spam.
จัดเลยวะ
Losing two.
Oh, brutal, especially with the util being that good.
It's insane.
That's tough. That's the null command round taken out. So DRX don't have something mad aggressive to go for.
อุ้ยรีคอน
That's
สู
a
ตร
nerdy one from Com again. So that makes it feel like the Sova's playing over towards A.
Control taken now. Foxy9 not messing around. Into the corner. Smoke. At his feet, the reposition. A bit of spam as well. A bit further back there. Dart does light up the opposition. Boostio again, he was attempting another reflash. There's a paranoia. They want to push him right into it. They force the dash. He's running the gun, man.
ไอ้เหี้ย
Getting away with it.
วอลโลแลน
Free peek over the top. Push him.
แม่งเดินสาดอะนะ
Trying to really get a squeeze into mid, but they do back out. They survive.
They just have so many setups.
Oh. Not slowing it down, are they? Inside the smoke, they can hear the footsteps. Jorgen was hoping, hunting for the timing. Demon One takes it. One
แม่ง
player left
แม่ง
standing.
แม่ง
It's
ยิง
Mako.
แล้วแม่งรู้เลยมาโกจะ
Talked
ออก
about miracles,
โอ้
but
โหเดมอน
how do you
ปี
overcome
ศาจ
that?
ร้ายมันเห็นเอเมนแล้วใช่ไหมมาโกะอยู่แม่งพีกไปยิงเอช็อตแล้วแม่ง
The
แดด
gun
ปิด
rounds
มุม
went
เลย
6-2 in favor of EG. And it was a
ถามว่ามันเบสิก
complete
ไหมก็เบสิก
outplay.
ว่ะ
I mean,
เฉย
the little set plays,
PTC
the
ก็ทำได้
larger
ครับ
strategy, it all went the way of Evil Genius.
เขาเรียกว่าพื้นฐาน
And DRX are taking a timeout here as Termi gets to talk to the team. To me, it looks like the same thing again. And not enough respect being given. This is one of the downsides, actually, of running Foxy9 in this roster, is that I feel like he doesn't have the same experience and discipline. He's not as meticulous with how he enters into areas. When he got stuck in close mid there wasn't an anticipation that he might get crunched. He didn't back off into mid, regroup with the rest of his team. He stayed isolated, stuck between the arches, and picked off first.
ใจเย็นๆน้อง
that came through from Jorgamo, from Catwalk. You know, so many elaborate set plays. And if DRX
โคตรชิลอ่ะโคตร EG อ่ะ
EG are going to run away with this half.
ไม่ต้องพูดอะไรเยอะ
Stop EG. I mean,
พอแล้วไม่ไหวนี่บอกพอแล้ว
for DRX or is that an angry fight? I'm not sure. They're trying.
Oh, they are certainly trying, but that's what the time has for, man. Come up with some solutions, but it's going to take an evolution of DRX, I think, as well, because they
ถื
are
อว่าเกมแม่งคุณภาพนะ
so
เว
set up
ที
heavy,
เนี่ย
exec
แม่งแบบ
heavy
ว่า
or whatever. When
คุมคนดู
G are able to pry open those
ไม่มีอะไรแต่แบบ
timings in between when the
ว้าว
setups
อ่ะ
there, players are getting in position to find a util. It just breaks them apart.
Yeah. And when DRX have gone for those slow exploratory plays,
ตอนนี้แผล
we talked about the Jet battle at the beginning of this map, and the defense side is easier for Jets usually.
Some counter spam
ส
potentially.
งสัยอย่างซัมติงติดวีซ่าเข้าญี่ปุ่นได้ไงทั้งที่ก่อนหน้านี้แข่งกับญี่ปุ่นมาทั้งชีวิตหรือมันหมดพอดี
Flash over the top though.
คิดว่าวีซ่าที่ซัมติงมีอันนี้เดานะ
The Jet
มันน่าจะ
differential
เกิดก่อน
currently
เหตุการณ์
is
สำคัญของ
ridiculous.
โลกครับ
Foxy 9-0 and
แล้วพอเกิดเหตุการณ์ปุ๊บวีซ่าซัมติงแม่งเสือกหมดต้องไปต่อใหม่
Here's the setup again.
ก็เลย
Flash
มี
is
ปัญหา
nice. Jorgamo
เดา
though. Oh my god. Again,
เดาล้วนเลย
shots coming through. When you remove the Jet player, good luck. Tags down. Drone for a drone. Already into the site. Just going to try and brute force this one. Popping all over the place, Com. Striking him down. Damage is done. Mako responds. Flick to the side.
he's been completely saving them on these A hits.
อุ้ยมันแตกยังไงอ
Here's
ยู่
a lockdown though. This is going to be pushing them all the way back. RB doesn't have the ult to try and break this one. Door still down as well. You're going to have to move away from the site. Mako has the ult. He's going to try and dodge this one as well. In play, down into hell.
แต่ว่าล่าสุดที่มันมาไม่ได้
Has to be. No, Mako there gets him. Team 1 still alive with the knives. In and around, trying to force the fight as well early off, but it's a 1v4. There's the one. But okay.
Just go A and let Mako 1v5 them. That's all you have to do, DRX.
Apparently.
It's ridiculous. This guy's defending them from the flood. Then he goes into backside, into hell, and he dodges the ult. Dodges the lockdown with his own ult. And then he cleans up Demon 1 at the end. How Com doesn't get that kill, I'm not quite sure, but
เที่ยแม่ง
it's all
ตีหลบ
Mako.
ว่ะ
From beginning to end.
เย็ดมากดเล่นลิ้นว่ะ
It's can't be too bad in that camp. Yeah.
มา
It's
โก
the only
ว่ะ
thing currently that's keeping them in it. They've won 2 rounds on A where Mako's got 3 and then 4
โก
kills.
เว้ย
Blade knives. That one broken though, so the defense side. EG not getting any information.
ไม่มีนะไม่มีแล้วนะไอ้เหี้ยอันนี้เหตุการณ์สำคัญของโลกเหมือนกัน
But yeah, Mako has been the only thing keeping
ไม่มีให้
them
เห็นอีกแล้ว
able to keep these buys going.
Buzz has been struggling with B main control. Turret takes early contact there in B main, and he's worried that Demon 1's operator could be playing behind it. So Buzz has to call for help now as DRX are going to try and take B main, take the orb, potentially set
ว่า
up.
แต่เหตุการณ์สำคัญของโลกอ่ะมันจบหรือยัง
They
วะ
could go for a lockdown play here. They could go for an ult command. It's a flash play.
ช่วงนี้มันไม่ค่อยมีข่าวเลย
Mate, he's just doing it
ดู
straight
เจ็บ
up,
แม่
man. He pulled for the recon. It was late, but he still gets
Ui.
two over the top. Foxy 9. How's he managing that? No command. Ripped him out.
แต่มันแลดูเงียบๆไปเหมือนเมื่อก่อนที่แม่แรกๆมานี่คม
EG players
เฟ
still
สเลย
anchoring towards the back. It's up to Jorgamo to hold this off as well, but Stacks needs to reclaim some ground as a 3-2-1 swing. EG managing it. Shots landed. Ethan turning up.
EG find the timing again there to try and disrupt what was happening.
ใช่หรอ
Very nice play.
เหี้ย
Constant like little re-clear setups are working very well. They re-cleared mid when Foxy 9 was pressuring there. Ended up winning that. I think that was round 5. Now they do a re-clear play into B main. But you're right, the timing was not set up with the recon or with the flash, as far as I can tell.
อินเซน
Everything's going right for EG.
อินเซน
This
มาก
is
ๆ อิ
a
นเซ
very
น
defense-sided map. DRX only need another, couple of rounds where somebody pulls out a miracle, be it Mako or anybody else, and suddenly they're not feeling that bad about how it's gone.
Cat pressure. Holding off.
อุ้ย
His hands, the shot going wide.
จริงเหรอ
Dash forwards,
เชี่ยกล
paranoid,
ยุทธ์แม่ง
sends
โค
him up,
ตร
they
เถื่อน
wanna punish. Foxy 9 is chasing him.
อันนี้ของใครอันนี้แผนของใคร That's the yellow.
Still there, smoke deep up top here. It's really putting the pressure onto the main player. Jorgamo doesn't know which way to look, doesn't know which way to face. TPs this way, that way, backwards into wine. A fight to be taken. No kill found, but now he's got help at least. Flash, peeking in, running him down. Jorgamo gonna be cleared out of wine. Massive player advantage, but maybe it can be equalized still. Trying to take up into tree. It's all over the place. Not a fight to the being taken, but slowed down now to 2v4.
แม่งคิดทุกวิธีทาง
This looks like it's going to be DRX's third round and second thrifty win of the map. It's these all-in pieces with the lighter weaponry that EG are struggling to hold on to. Yeah, and EG are going to be forced to save. So this is what I'm talking about, Brent. It can be a fantastic half for EG where they thoroughly, completely outplay DRX, and yet the small moments of Mako going crazy or them winning a thrifty
โชคดีที่ประเทศไทยเรามีพ่อหลวงยึด
can
เหนี่ยวจิต
change
ใจ
quite a lot.
Yeah, can get him over the line. The acceptable line.
ไอ้เหี้ยเรามีเรือดำน้ำไงใครจะกล้ากับเราอะ
To me, 4 is that line.
มาดิ
Yeah, I would believe so.
Yeah.
Although, if you follow the stats as well, if you're a bit of a nerd,
แต่ไม่มีเครื่องยนต์นะ
Trends attack
ยึด
side.
แม่เผื่อๆลงน้ำปุ๊บจมไปเลย
Pacific.
Yeah, for some reason,
ดำน้ำ
for whatever
ของจริง
reason that is, but you know, globally, if you manage all of it,
น่าจะดำยาว
it ends up being a bit more defense favored. But still, I would agree with you. I think 4 rounds on attack should be enough, at least if you win the pistol round going into the second half.
Boostio's gonna
เอามา
play
เป็นแนว
offside
ปะการังเหรอ
for Demon 1 because Stax has his
แพง
no
จัง
command available.
The A main take is a Hunter's Fury though. Right down, straight into the gut of the map. One shot lands, dodging, juking, Stax. Narrowly avoiding it.
But he did find Stax, so he knows that the null command is over towards A. That's important info.
Here's the paranoia, dash forwards, ripped it through. Com, he's blind, can't see anything, spam into it. Counter spam, Ethan. Grabbing 2. Just from the backside of Jenny before eventually.
มาแล้วบูธมาแล้วบูธมาแล้ว
Gonna be that retake.
ตัวสำคัญครับบูธ
Exchanges the operator, he's got a rifle in his hands, he wants to try and
บูธ
potentially make
บูธ
go of it. 2v3, smokes,
อุ้ย
dropped
บูธกับ
the
ดี
fake of the dash.
บูธกับดีมอนอุ้ยแล้วเห็นวันเว
Going
เฮ้ย
right time for Boostio. It's caused a distraction and now they have
บังเอิญ
into a 2 versus 2.
นี่ไง
Gotta spot out
บู
the
ธไอ้
players
สัต
though.
ว์เดียวกบ
Mako still alive. Down to the side of Jenny. Didn't expect that one.
Around an A, another 3 kills for
ไอ้
Mako.
โกะมัน
Though it
ยิ้ม
was
ว่ะ
to me the entry play.
อยากเห็น
that
โกะ
worked
ยืน
much
ว่ะ
better that
เก็บ
time.
5แล้วยืน
Foxy
อะไรอ
not
ย่างเงี้ยมี
getting
ไหม
caught in the choke point initially, able to dash into his
Go-
smoke, follow
go
up on
ทำอะไร
the
บ้าๆหน่
paranoia
อย
that
ดิ
Mako throws, and DRX finally get an A round that actually looks
เฮ้ยอะไรดำๆอ่ะ
to their game plan rather than playing to EG's use.
แล้วเดินออกมาทำ
They've
ไมอะ
recovered this. They have recovered this. In terms of the scoreline, this is now looking respectable. And there's still 2 rounds to go. Now, we were talking about this earlier, of course, in the NRG Na'Vi game, where it was a 6-6 half, and then NRG ran away with it on the attack side. So maybe it's a very different beast here,
ต้อง
but
มีสักวันแล้ววะที่
DRX
โกะ
have
ยืน
knocked EG down onto a light buy.
Could be a tournament where those expectations are turned on their head.
แฮร์สไตล์บัฟ
Oh my.
กล้องพี่บังอะดิ
Judge, knife timing, tags him though. He was spotted.
Good awareness.
Yeah, really nice awareness. Even going for that re-swing. Straight into it. Inside the smoke, dodging. The util going over. Jorgamo still here though. Inside the smoke,
กือบ
can
โดน
land
ไอ้
the
สัต
second.
ว์
Attempt to reset with the bulldog.
เฮ้ย
Spotting it.
โกะ
How is he grabbing the
อุ้ย
second? Would
แล้วหนี
Mako
ด้วย
die?
เอาแล้วเอาแล้ว
Now
ยังไง
into a
ยังไง
2 versus 2. They still don't have the weapons for it,
ไอ
but
สองคนนี้อีกครับ
it's possible.
ดีมอน
with
กับ
Demon
บู
One,
ธ
you never know. Door has to be broken. Post plan
ยังไง
positioning.
ครับ
How did
สอง
DRX
คน
want
นี้
to play this? Doubled up
สองตัวลั่น
towards Jenny though. RB still holding.
หน่วงเวลาซะหน่อยให้เขาคิดมากนิดนึง
Boosting's first contact is Boostio.
ให้เขาคิดมาก
Wants it
โอ้
close, a
ย
right swing and face. And Stax's head is ripped off. It's up to RB. He was a menace in map number 1. A tap onto it. No,
Oh!
King, but what a shot to
เฮ้ย
land.
อะไรอ่ะ
Just a pre-fire. Expecting the peak timing.
เฮ้ย
Oh, and that's a disaster for DRX. We've seen so many thrifties in this game. I think that's the 3rd
บูธแม่ง
round
โหดจริงว่ะ
Ludicrous.
where the team with the low advantage, the low economy, sorry, has taken the win.
Yeah.
ของจริงนะ
Yeah, and it's a hero play by Demon One. This
ขอ
is
ชม
what
ขอ
wins
ช
it
ม
for
มุม
them.
บูธหน่อยดิ
Second man. I mean,
Wow. And Mako's been so good for
Really,
DRX,
yeah.
but
Oh,
that
yeah.
one long duel kind of opened the door for Boostio to do this.
โอ้ เอ้ยมึงไอ้นี่
Feeling it.
หน้ามาบอสปาร์ตี้เหมือนกัน
one round left
เดี๋ยวก่อน
in the
ใกล้ละ
half. Lockdowns available. Hunter's Fury. Here's a
เวอร์มากตัวสอง
close to logs. It's actually intended, I think, for a turret that takes contact. So it would break a turret if the defense
ยิง
was
ทิ้ง
not
แต่หัว
abandoned
แต
there.
กเฉย
That's shifted. We know this, of course. Shot dart as well. Does not
อุ้ย
land
ไม่
on
โด
the
น
alarm bot.
อารามบอดไม่แตกชาวโชว์แล้วไงงานนี้
Aren't they? Paranoia. That does connect. Boostio in a bit of trouble. The pathing up towards heaven. Spam onto the corner. The angle here. Foxy 90 wins his fight.
โอ้
And RB wins the second.
นิดนึงครับ
It's looking good for DRX. Wrapping around. Jorgamo left to anchor, but he's being swarmed, converged on his positioning. It's noted again. Left down to Demon 1 and Com in the blink of an eye.
That is just the perfect round from DRX. The pathing is so specific to them as a team. DRX Leviathan love to run that strategy.
Use a lockdown. Foxy 9 going for it. Landing these shots. Spam.
มาดิไอ้เหี้ย
Spam backwards.
โดน
forwards,
รีคอน
7
แต่
to
แพ้
5. Very
มึงว่า
good
ไง
scoreline here for DRX.
ดีแชทเอ้ยอะไรวะ
But it is watched for RB. Reload, jiggle off to the side. A chance for Boostio.
เหี้ยคิวจอยซื้อชลีบเหรอ
Rattles one
มึง
of
คิด
the
ว่ามึง
shots.
เป็น
Still fine
ที
for
เลิฟ
the
ได้ไง
flag.
วะคนเดียวที่ทำได้เว้ย
Over the top. Looks like a push attempt into tree. Over the top is going to be lighting him up with a turret. Takes it. Dart over the top as well. Has to be dealt with. Bit of a pre-fire. Watchful eyes onto the smoke. There's 20 seconds left. Starting to run a bit short of the time. RB pushing through this way, that way, and around. It's all about the anchoring. It's all about how you dodge and duck and weave. But it's up to Buzz. Everybody falls onto the site. 1v3 with Ethan low. It's always a chance.
Buzz won an incredible clutch in map 2 yesterday. 1v3, I believe, to get them into a good position.
แล้วโดน
But this
one way
was
ปะ
even harder.
I mean, the one way. You
ยาก
can't
ไป
see.
ยากไปยากไปยากไปบัส
down.
อย่าพยายามดีกว่า
Elford
ไป
Vantage
ไป
not
ไป
there
ให้มัน
anymore.
จบเว้ย
Dart. Broken time. You can hear it ticking.
เฮ้ย
Mercy really is there. Neither is Buzz with this ghost, but again, I feel like it's just running too short.
เอาจัด
Time.
Blink of an eye. Lovely attempt at things. Drops right down. He realized that there was really no chance.
โมงแม่งเลยแล้วกัน
That's EG
ไม่รู้จะ
getting a
ทำอะไร
pistol round that will be imperative for them. It's one of those swing pistols where it's not necessarily getting the team back into the game, but EG, attack side ascent, we don't really know which way this is going to go. And a pistol round just reduces the amount that you need to get done. One of the big themes of how EG have been playing their attack side in Americas is inserting Demon 1 around the map. So they use utility to push him into an area, and then they almost leave him like a lurk entry player.
Yeah, it's really quite interesting.
It's interesting, and it also worked extremely well against
ว่า
Loud,
ยืนรอแบบว่า
who
เขา
up
จ่าย
until
ข
that
อง
point
มาอะไรอย่างงี้
had only lost something like twice ever on ascent.
You go around for DRX.
พว
Attempting
กคอม
something
โบ
a little bit
คอมโบ
cheeky.
แคชชี่ไม่ค่อยมีคนใช้เลยวะโคตรดี
Turret
เลย
to take contact in a spam angle with the sheriff.
โอ
but
ดินแฟตรีคอนอ่ะแดกหมดนะหนึ่งตัว
Slow it all the way
เผื่
down.
อได้
here.
สอง
Exploring into mid. Looking this way, that way, trying to find out, okay, are we running into a stack or not? Stacks. He attempts to reposition there.
มันเล่นได้ไงวะ
Plan for EG.
ไอ้เฮียโล
This one down with no troubles.
โคตรตรงข้ามเลยสัตว์
So you're
Beam
looking at
Stone
that
Jet.
9-6. If everything goes correct for them, assuming Com doesn't get taken out actually. It's in a dangerous position.
Spike planted.
Oh, okay.
โอ้
He deals with it.
Yeah.
He's still got 2 players behind though, so he probably will get wrapped here. The question really is, do they do it quickly enough? Is there any chance
ชนะ
even
เข้า
then that they
playoff
can win the 3v4? But I don't think Com's got much chance
มีดไป
against this.
มีดไปแน่ไอ้เหี้ยโดดไปจ้าเอ๋ก่อนนะมีซ้ำศพเขาด้วย
Time is ticking. Ethan, this way, that way. Dodge and juking, baiting for Boostio. Making
Hey,
sure
back
that no
even Sam,
crosshairs are placed
yeah, yeah.
onto him, and yet time is running short here with the Nana Swarms as well. Should be a safe win
chop.
overall, but DRX can still do some significant damage here to the economy. Wider face. Very spam, Nano Swarm at his feet.
ไอ้นาโนสวอมตั้งอยู่กับที่ไอ้เฮียมาโกะเดินไปตาย
They're not going to be too
ตัว
worried
เด้ง
about
เลยไอ้
that.
เฮีย
Chance on the bonus and EG pulling out
โดนเกี่ยวกับลูกกระสุนนิ
They
ดนึ
haven't
ง
just been trying to run default stuff, so I'm going to be taking a look at the minimap here and seeing if they've got
มีด
any
ไม่ได้
kind
เมื่อ
of-
กี้ถ้ามีดน่าจะได้ฮาอยู่ถ้าเมื่อกี้มีด
The DRX
หลัง
though,
แม่งชิดกำแพง
the
ไอ้เหี้ย
comeback has to start now.
ถ้าพลาดแล้ว
You
แน่
need
ล่
to
วง
get the momentum, you need to get things under your feet to be able to hold on. And one of the features of DRX's play on defense here, one of the reasons maybe why they're not as good as some of the other top teams on this half, they don't support Foxy9 very much. He's just kind of left alone on an island to go and take his own fights in mid and battle the enemy utility.
2-0 ว่ะ
Our task. A lot of this map really being how well can you set up your jet players. Spam on spam. Just his job. Seeking to contain.
มาดิวัดกันหน่อยปะล่ะเหี้ยบ้องใหญ่กับบ้องเล็ก
Brawl over that B main control, and here's Demon One in that lower position. You were talking about it earlier, Josh. They're setting themselves up now for a bit of a B
อุ้ย
split.
อุ้ยมี
Going
เกี่ยว
through
มา
as a
นิดนึง
flash, just to offset
แล้ว
it.
ลงแหล่งจัด
Got
อู้
down close to the corner. Again, damage done. Nana Swarm deaded now, but Demon One's already in here with a Guardian in hand. Dash also alive and active.
เห็นแล้ว
Forward
ด้วย
into the side, close to the corner.
โอ้โห
You know what
มุมไม่ค่อยดี
TP
โอ้ยละมืด
blind
ละ
as
มืด
anything.
โอ้โห
Spammable.
โบนัสลาวเอ้า
Over the top was Foxy9. He was trying to help him out.
มาจากไหน
but he's
มา
just
จากไหน
delivered a rifle.
ไอ้นี่กระเด็นมาจากไหน
Look at that, the way that Demon One turns from a lurk into an entry. It is so unique. I don't see any other teams doing this with this level of consistency or value. There's a lot of lurking jets out there. You find them in ranked every day of the week. But there is nobody that plays it
พรุ่งนี้
quite
เซตลง
like
แน่นอน
EG and Demon One. DRX are just
มา
going to be
เถอะ
forced to
เซต
save
ขอร้อง
here, and we said that this was a must-win for
การ
them
นายว่ะ
to get something started. The bonus
ให้บัต
rounds have
ให้บัต
just
เล่น
been
เล่นดูดิ
unbelievable by
ดูดี
EG.
กว่าว่ะว่า
Yeah, always an idea thrown into the mix. Anything to offset the economic disadvantage that they might be
มันดูรุ่น
facing
ใหญ่
here
กว่า
because, man, I mean, you're looking at 10-5. Previous map was what, 13-5?
Yep.
I'll try hard, but yeah.
It could well be a 13-5. That's the level of momentum that EG have managed to
Okay.
That's a different plan position, boys.
Whose fault is that?
Right. Well,
Where do we plant, guys?
the vibes were good before, but now people are going to be pissed.
EG
He's like, okay, who planted? What's going on there?
Did we catch it in the replay? Whose fault is that?
โอ้โห
Whose
เหี้ย
fault
นี่
is
บิน
that?
มาอย่างกับพระเอกหนังจีน
I think it was Ethan.
That is so funny.
It's not going to hurt.
ไอ้เหี้ยนี่ชอบไอ้
It's
เหี้ย
not
นี่ช
going
อบ
to
ไอ้
hurt
เหี้ย
their
นี่ชอบ
economy at all.
ไอ้เหี้ยนี่ชอบจัด
I mean, not for the
ขอบคุ
moment.
ณครับ
We'll see.
มูนความส่งเลยค
Taking
รับ
the stride.
ขอบคุณครับ
Turret, contact, buzz.
ขอบคุณสับใคร
Only the sheriff.
บรรยากาศทีมดี
We
อ่ะ
talked a little bit about the vibes
โอ้ย
of
อย่าง
this
นี้
team, Brett.
อย่างนี้ทำ
But
ได้
how
คือ
could
ที
the
มทำได้นะ
vibes
อย่างเงี้ย
not be immaculate when they didn't expect to be in America's playoffs? They got that
แต่น่าจะโดน
out of
ด่า
a miracle upset that occurred. They were like, okay,
ต่างกัน
right, well, that's just free for us. Why not? And then they go through. They're
เชี่ย
playing in
คนโง่
Tokyo.
เลยควายอะไร
How
เงี้
have
ย
we managed that? That's phenomenal. They think they're not playing with Demon One. Oh, that's unfortunate. Never mind, though. We'll have a,
ไม่
we'll
เหมื
have
อน
a
กับ
nice
EG
trip.
เพราะ
What?
EG
Demon One
ขำ
can
ๆ
play?
กัน
I mean,
ตลก
it's just incredible effort we ball kind of attitude
Yeah, I
with
mean,
this team. Like everything that could have gone well has gone well for EG on this run. It's superb.
Twists and turns in the tail of EG, and they are making the
แฟด
most
ส
of
วย
it.
จัด
At times it
เฮ้ย
feels like they're
เริ่ม
playing
ไม่
with
สวย
house
ละ
money, but they got preparation behind them.
Absolutely.
A clear desire to make strides here at Tokyo.
เอ้ยสั่งกลับสั่งกลับ
Here we go, though.
สั่งกลับ
Foxy9 could actually
ต้อง
be
ต้องระวังนะสั่งกลับ
a
อ่ะ
wrench in the machine here.
เรียบร้อ
Barreling up towards
ย
Cat there. They make a tremendous amount of noise.
นี่ถ้าเป็น
Spikes
RG
down,
นี่
he's
ไอ้
still
นี่
got
ไอ้
a
นี่
rifle.
ไอ้นี่ไม่ได้นะ
Needs some help. There's the rest of his team as well to
NRG
supplement.
คือจะเนียบตลอดเวลาสั่งโยก
Adjustments necessary with the aim. Let's
อัน
collect
นี้ยัง
that
คอนโทรล
second
แมป
one.
ไม่ดีพอ ก็เลยโดน
Way up though, now towards heaven. There's 14 seconds left into this. What is going
Jing,
on,
Abi.
man? It's
Oi.
ludicrous. 7
been
seconds
a lie,
remaining. They can't even get themselves onto the site. It's all over the place. No chance to win the round now for EG. Time was really just bled out of them. And it was Foxy9 to be the difference maker.
Yeah, the
Pushed
two
up
players.
position.
The two players with rifles, him and Marco. Foxy from mid, Marco from site.
We were telling a bedtime story. The tale of EG.
But that's another thrifty that DRX get online. And they've had tons of those. Really, really found a lot of their success through getting those thrifty round wins. I think this is their third in the map. And it's helped them a lot. And listen, here's where 3 players dying to the spike from EG actually might end up being important.
actually
Because either this one or the next could well be an economic swing round.
Could play a part. Operators there for Foxy9.
โอ้ได้ยินเสียงแฟดเมื่อกี้กูยังได้ยินเลย
Disrespectful. That's how he's playing this A main control.
วิ
Trying to take
มา
the
โขก
fight
ไป
straight
ประจำ
to
ตำแหน่ง
them.
ดิ
It's a bit
ปา
of
ด
a
หน่อยเฮ้ย
different approach actually.
โอ้
Usually
สวยนะเมื่อกี้ถ้าแฟด
the
อะ
defensive setup of DRX, they are quite passive. They tend to wait for
ไม่
people
ต้อ
to
งแฟ
come
ดละ
towards
ส
them.
โมกผิดสโมก
And
ปิดไป
playing
แล้วครับ
more actively towards A main is a difference. Drone now towards mid. See if they can take out the alarm bot. It's
มา
dealt with.
ทำลายของแล้วเดินกลับ
A minute left in the round. This reposition by Foxy 9 could be everything vital.
มีอะไรไล่ไหมแฟดปั๊บ
Are they gonna walk
ทิ้ง
right
แฟ
into
ด
it?
โบ๊ะ
It's a
ปังปุ้ง
paranoia, man. They've
ห
got
นี
layers, levels to it.
อุ้ยโยก
Offset this
โย
way,
ก
that way,
จังหวะ
pivot,
โยก
RB pushed into mid.
เอาอีกแล้ว
Great
จัง
run.
หวะโยกอีกแล้ว
The spray transfer. It's
จัง
beautiful.
หวะโยก
Two
ครับ
targets found. The spike dropped into the middle of
อุ้ย
nowhere.
ตาเกเม่
How's he done that?
มีอันติไหมมีอันติ
Still
โอ้
in. The shot done at his
อัน
back.
ติเก็บบอม
He's brought down
วาง
2 versus 2. Jorgamo's got the spike. He's on A.
He needs help though. Boostio's got to get here as quickly as possible.
Is that free flag
Ooh.
smoke towards door?
งง
He's back
เจอวาร์ป
away.
นี้
Foxy
งงเลย
still creeping across into heaven. Doubled up. Him and Buzz. Time has been bought. Boostio is there, but they don't actually know really where these players are. Finding the positioning now, though.
อุ้ยโดดขึ้นข้างบน
How does this get played?
โอ้ยลื่นลื่นลื่นลื่นลื่น
Trying to bait a swing
ฝนมัน
or
ตกครับมัน
something.
เปียก
Fight is there.
เฮ้ย
Boostio still alive.
อู้
Foxy
NT
nine. He responds.
เยี่ยถ้ามันหันไปให้หัวนี่เวอร์เลยนะ
Got to see the replay of how Jorgamo even made that one possible, but it's RB that opens things up. RB did so much work in mid there to make things possible for DRX, and that's the second round in a row where DRX have found value by reactively pushing mid. That's what Foxy 9 did on the eco round, and now you see the Sova, just a raw Sova in mid, making a push in order to catch the EG players off
เยี่ย
as
ตึ
they
ง
rotate
เกิน
around the map.
เกโม
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, and it's working really nicely right now. DRX have identified an issue with how EG rotate around the map. Maybe the fact that they are less thoughtful of the reclears. Because it's not some kind of big elaborate utility reclear. It's just one quiet contacting player up mid. There's a lot of risk to doing that, but it's working out very well for DRX.
Yikes
Let's force this timeout. EG taking a bit of a backseat here. Potter going to be dishing out some advice, adjustments that need to be made. But you are right, it's these little reclears that are happening. Maybe they've just got the read as well. When the mid default gets used, smoke drop down, alarm bot's broken. There's not really too much bite behind it. I mean, sometimes they're leaving Demon 1 pushed up in that position.
Right, but
but
even in those instances, it's only Demon 1 there. Against the way that EG like to play, where they push and insert Demon 1 into spots, doing big reclears with utility is actually a very good counterplay from the defense. Because not only do you gain that map control back, there's also a serious chance that you catch Demon 1 in those positions and end up getting map control and a pick out of it. So I love that idea conceptually as a way that DRX could approach ascent defense.
สแต็กเงียบมาก
They haven't really been going for that though. They haven't been going for these big utility reclears. It's just been, you know, Foxy 9 walking up mid, seeing if he can find what's going on, and it's all based off the information that other DRX
แต
players
กนี่มึงจะโดนเปลี่ยนออกไหมเนี่ย
those mid
กู
players.
ได้กลิ่นไงไม่รู้อะ
Knight's waited out and no commands there. Speed it up, why
Ui.
not? Foxy 9, what a shot to
เอา
hit.
เรื่องเว้ย
On any of the targets, is Ethan, so he can be brought back up. A warbang attempt.
Good try.
On his body, a lovely attempt. Doesn't quite land it though, and now you're still feeling it all the way through. No one's watching lane. Paranoia is there. Hunter's Fury. It's all coupled together.
เฮ้ย
Dodge a dash to disengage.
Yeah,
and
Foxy
avoid
9.
all of this coming your way, but EG,
Guy,
they're so fast with it, man.
ในไทยครับในไทยสไปร์ล่ะ
In the space, but the spike
รอ
just
ควันไหม
dropped
เพื่อน
down
รอควันไหม
into
เวลามี1 นาที
Yeah, that's the
reclaim
issue.
this.
รอควันสวยๆ EG
Player advantage and a good post plant positions, but the problem is you're not
ร
in
อ
a
รอ
post
ของ
plant.
รอของรอของชิลมากชิลมาก
Holding. That's the Paranoia
Nah.
off the face of the contact. The fights are being won out.
Wow.
2v3. Spike has been picked up, and guess what? Com, he's running out of days. Like, I want nothing to do with this.
Oh,
Do your
leave
best,
me, mate.
Ethan.
What?
I'm leaving you, mate.
เวลาเหลือ
I'm in a 1v3. We've seen this guy close
ดี
out
คงดี
before.
คอนอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Side, yeah.
6 and 11 right now.
30
He has had some incredibly hot moments.
เฮียวัดอลิคอน
Cheeky. Okay. Don't know what.
อ๋อ
the
หล
hell
อก
I mean,
ไอ้เหี้ย
what you're going for there, but
หลอกว่ากูลิคอนจาก
That
เอ
kind
เม
of
นนะ
recall would
เพ
only
ราะมัน
be
แบบ
used if
ตำ
you
แหน่ง
were
มัน
playing
แป
towards
ลก
main,
ๆ
for
ตำแหน่งลิ
example,
คอน
right? So he's trying to bait them based on the positioning.
how hard is this clearance?
ละ
Very
เอียด
hard.
ยิบมาดิ
RB
Nice
ละ
idea.
เอียดยิบมาดิ
Not sure if you heard a footstep or what, but incredible awareness.
Yeah, very good awareness. And the whole point of that recon dart is to make you think that he couldn't be in heaven.
Yeah.
That the recon was for information instead. So, we were talking a lot about how good EG's set plays were and how much they were tactically outplaying DRX on the first
แต่หน้า
map.
รอนะเว้ย
DRX
มันมี
managing
เว
to
ลา
take
ตั้ง
that
1 นาที
one
รี
off
คอน
Marco's
มีดอะไร
paranoia
แบบเนี้ยเพื่อให้รู้ตำแหน่งเขาหน่อย
I mean, first of all,
มัน
the
ตัดสินใจ
spike
รีบเอา
was
ระ
the
เบิดไปตอน
major
ไปไหน
problem,
วะ
right?
รีบจังอะ
Because otherwise they're in a nice spot. But it's this play, look, they take contact off Buzz, and that forces a paranoia out, and then Buzz and RB are able to collect kills. It's a really nice setup that they've just strung together on the fly to be able to get this back within 2. And this is where attack side ascent becomes really sticky. It feels like you're so close to the finish line. We only need 3 more, but Fiji are saying that to themselves, maybe underestimating how difficult it can be.
Yeah, they can be some of the hardest rounds to really get over the finish line. Flash pop out is at a half buy from EG. Fully grouped up, at least with the 4 of them. Using it as a chance to farm up some ults.
And you see Boostio here, lurking in mid. That may have been an adjustment coming out of Potter's timeout.
Get out of my way.
You know, that does seem like a good idea against what DRX were doing, going for those reactive pushes from Foxy9 and RB.
เซอร์ไพรส์ช็อต
Knife over the top, that's going to be a drone tagging.
เยี่ยเอาโดนหลบด้วยเป็นไง
Don't see too much else though.
ตึงว่ะ
Grouped up still. It's going to be
ปล่อยโดน
being turned up, I think, for DRX.
อุ้ยโห
Foxy9
โดนแฟด
narrowly avoiding it. Flash over. Smoke dropped down as well. Another tag. Really just lit up entirely. Foxy9 can't take a clean fight. They're into the back of the site towards it this way, that way. Running and gunning. He's removed them. He's not 2. Still all the way through. Foxy9 and Jussie gets 3. A knife as well.
อีธานเอาไอ้เหี้ยนั่นสาด2 ตัวเลยเหรอ แล้วปัด
Lockdown.
เอาแล้ว
Ready
ไง
and waiting. There are tools.
เฮ้ยแก้ได้นะ แก้
DRX could offset this. They have the Hunter's Fury. They want to choose to use it. They want to try and play for it.
And Boostio is going to push.
Yep, pushing off of this. Buzz was watching.
บูติโอ
So the
ไอ้เหี้ย
lockdown
จะดันมาฆ่าไอ้ RB ครับพลาดไป
Now Buzz with a lockdown of his own.
แล้ววาง
and
เป้า
Com has
คมๆเหมือน
repositioned
แค
to
ช
try and
ชี่
anticipate that.
He's watching it. Lockdown's there.
Oh.
Buzz was low. Brought down.
I like this. Com isn't rushing it. He knows that there's going to be a second player here. This is just a game of chicken.
RB waiting it. Lands it.
Wait,
Force it
RB.
into a 1 versus 1. Necessary
Yeah,
for
RB
DRX.
มันแสบ
Time
ดีว่ะ
is short. You can hear the spike ticking away. A tap onto it. Sticking it through now. Jiggling with the fire. A
ว้า
shot.
วอุ้ย
That is just
Ui.
spectacular.
What an incredible play
Ui.
towards the end there from RB. Ethan
โดนไปดิ
going for
ตาล
the free
งง
aim,
ดิ
just
สัตว์
missing the head
งง
on
ดิ
his little jiggle peaks.
เจอกิมจิไอ้สัต
But
ว์
he
งง
made
ดิ
it
มึ
very
ง
predictable what he was going for, and RB knew there was no wide swing coming. Ethan had done so much. I mean, those 3 kills just come out of nowhere. It felt like he was destined to close the round in the same way that he'd opened it up. He's heartbroken about it because that
โก
drags
ะ
the
ชอบ
map
โกะชอบ
with
ไอ้เหี้ย
one
โกะ
round
ชอบ
separating these 2.
ไอ้เชี่ยแม่งนั่งแบบ
So much
ชิล
credit.
จัดเลยอะไม่กลัวเลยอะ
I got to give it to RB there in that clutch scenario. A lot of pro players, even if they are pro players, they get flustered in spots like that. The jiggling, they lose their nerve, they get off the spike, they don't start sticking to the fuse, but RB knows the only win condition, the only way you can play to his out is by sticking it to
คือมันนั่ง
halfway
เอา
and
ครึ่ง
landing
เลย
the
โอกาส
shot.
เดียว
And
ที่
he
มันจะ
does
ชนะ
it
ต้อง
like
ได้ครึ่งก่อน
that.
ถ้า
RB
ไม่ได้
has
ครึ่ง
been
แพ้แล้ว
phenomenal in the clutch this year.
แม่งเอาครึ่งปุ๊บ
And
มาเลย
yeah, it's so impressive from a player that
yeah,
previously was
but he-
receiving a ton of criticism, and I think fair criticism,
ไอ้อี
for
ธานก็
having
จึ๊ก
choking
จึ๊กจึ๊กอยู่
performances
นั่น
at
แห
big
ละ
LAN events. When they
พว
would
ก
get
เสก
deep
ก
in
ระ
the
สุน
playoffs,
ซะ
he wasn't really turning up. And since he swapped his role over to be the flex for DRX, he's just found way more opportunities to play in the late round, to play supportively, and he's been a nightmare for other teams to deal with. We'll take a look at this moment just again and see the way that Ethan was playing it. I mean, he's just catching tiny glimpses, tiny glimpses.
It's just amazing.
The way that both players are playing it is perfectly appropriate, but yeah, monstrously good from RB to hit the shot at the end there. On
1 round, man. 1 round sort of stands to DRX being able to equalize, get to 10 to 10. Thinking about where they begun as well. Losing the pistol rounds. They have to claw back.
They're waiting for a reaction here. They're so confident that DRX are going to go for some flash push.
It's because Mako's been fighting it.
Yeah.
Let's put that fear and conditioning into them.
They just allow them to get it. So Jorgamo was tapping it first to try and bait out a reaction, and then Ethan actually takes the ult orb to be able to get his null command online. Here's that little piece of reaction from Foxy9. He knows that there was a few in A main, so he's going to walk forwards in mid.
Sees the flash. Plays anti, out of his feet. This is dangerous, has to use it to get out of there.
So, good awareness from EG to deal with the problem that's been hurting them in a couple of rounds so far. But that's only half the puzzle. You've gained some map control, sure, but where are you going to end? How are you going to get there?
ใครติดเลยครับ
Time might be a problem. Look at how scattered the EG players are. I mean, they are spread out equally across the map right now. It's like they're playing a slow default, but no command's ripped off. This is straight down mid.
It's a big fake.
It's obfuscated, yeah. They're trying to fake it like it's an A split, but now straight through to the middle of the map to B split. Now the only making short work still. TP into the back, shoring up the defenses, trying to anchor it up.
Damage
Dropped
จัด
down onto lane.
เอาเฮ้ย
Dart at the back.
โกะเมาส์ช้าจัด
Over the top is Foxy9 into the smoke. He expects it. 10 seconds remaining. This way, that way. Shorty's not enough. 7 seconds. There is
ยิง
time.
ตัววาง
Mako
โอ้
denied.
เพื่อน
He
cover อยู่ครับ
can't stop the
ยังไง
defuse. And all
โอ้ย
of
โดน
them
ตัวหลัง
watching. The position's
เสียอาร์บี
there.
เอาให้
It's a
อาร์บีเอาให้เยอะ
1v2.
จัด
Stacks is running as fast as he could to try and help out. It's left up to him, the IGL. It's had a hard task of it. Beginning of this tournament, a bit of spam, common wallbangs.
ว่าแตกแม่ง
Just
มั่ว
gonna
ว่ะ
force these fights out. Players are low, but Demon won.
เฮียแตก
Never
ไม่ไหว
lacks
กับ
the
ปีศาจ
confidence.
ว่ะ
So eager to take the fight there.
And they still had that second layer of comm hiding behind, ready to trade him if it failed. So another very good setup. That round, though, was on a razor-thin edge. The timing being the biggest issue. And you can completely see why Mako would try and sacrifice his own life to stop the plan. If he manages to get a wide swing off there, he's won the round.
Oh, he wins the round, yeah.
ปัก
Easily.
ปักปัก
But EG are just able to get that one. By a thread, by the tiniest margin. And it forces another timeout. I feel like the coaches have had so much impact in these games. They've been constantly adding their input, maximizing the amount that they can torch the teams. I think both coaches are really going to want to talk to try and both get their, get EG over the line and get DRX straight back into things.
Yeah, I think this is...
วันนี้มี
I
สอง
mean, you
คู่
get
ใช่
tested
ครับ
here. There's nothing quite like it on the international stage. You're playing in front of all these people. Pushed to your limits.
And that's what makes it even more impressive to me that EG are turning up. We've seen so many teams that do very well domestically, regionally, and then they turn up to the global events and they're not ready. Or, even though they felt like they were ready, it just got to them. The moment, the pressure, overwhelming. And yet EG, for all of the inexperience on this roster, they're still here, they're still performing. And something we haven't seen from them, tactically, is Demon 1 attack opping very much. And as you can see, it's going to pick it up in this round. 19 kills, attack side op. Not necessarily going toe-to-toe with Foxy9, but looking, I would imagine, more to get posted up in an area and see if he can generate a pick with it.
Change in the setup. Oh, Foxy9, this is so brave, man. Dash isn't even active. He's being watched for. Demon 1!
How has he got the read?
How is he expecting it?
มันเล็งนี่อยู่แล้วเหรอหรือยังไงวะ
I mean, we know that DRX have been going for big pushes occasionally, but to predict it exactly coming out of the timeout?
Yeah, I mean...
What is that read?
That's just different. Someone's been doing their homework, that's for sure.
EG known VOD watchers. And thinkers.
อย่ารู้เยอะจังอะ
Oh, man.
So yeah, there's the pick that they're looking for. And often Demon 1 will swap weapons with Boostio in order to entry for them too. So that off doesn't necessarily slow him down on the attack.
12 ภาพนี้กู
Just
ว่า
want to drop down at a choke point just to fake like he could be walking through. Well, he's crossing onto the other side.
Remember that the time was an issue for EG in the previous round. It almost lost them it. And there you go, there's that weapon swap.
แล้วปืนให้บูท
Demon 1 picks up the
เพ
Vandal.
ราะว่าจะเข้าไปเปิดครับ
30 seconds, not even.
It's running short. Buzz has to be the difference, doesn't he? Recon dart to the side. That's dealt with. Over the top, he's being supported. Has to deal with it, and he does break it.
ถ้ายิง
Smoke
รีคอนไม่ทัน
to
แน่
dash
ตาย
through into it. Can Buzz get anything done here? Has to anchor it as the player. Adjust with the aim. Only the one. Inside the nade. RB holds his ground. Waits it out through the smoke. He deals with Demon 1. Off to the side. He just can't survive. Enough time. Plan's going to be stuck now into the post. 3 players, though, grouped up towards the back of the side for EG. It's not the greatest post plant in the world, but they do have that player advantage. Mako and Stacks against the world. Nate is close to the corner. Flash and Paranoia is used together. Blinded back and forth, this way, that way, behind Dice as well, not watching. Dart is there, and Busio watches. The sightline's set, and it's EG who find themselves on series point.
And playoffs point. 1 round and EG have instantly accomplished their goal of being able to make playoffs. What a read that was. And EG, even with time pressure, able to bait out a wave of defensive utility before they committed. Very impressive stuff. 1 round away from making top 8 in this tournament. Going through the groups in 2-0 fashion, proving all of the EG doubters wrong.
It comes down to this. You keep yourselves into it if you're DRX. It's this heavy aggression into A main. Very passive position by Jogomo that he's holding. Are they going to try and flash re-peek into main here? Yeah, it looks like there was an attempt.
Yeah, Jogomo's taking contact, though. He knows that this is happening and might accelerate the B push. It should give them options to try and B split. But they're waiting for Com to clear it with the drone.
So mid's there. Shock Dart will be landing, I think, into mid.
You think about this too, though. EG don't actually want to react quickly into areas because they're still trying to attack up with Demon 1.
It does slow them down. Minute. This could be the finisher. The weaponry's not good.
Here.
We've actually
having to scrape at the bottom of the barrel for this buy.
Yeah, but the bad weaponry hasn't stopped them before. We've seen 3, 4 thrifties in this map so
ไอ้
far.
ยิงแม่งเอาอีกแล้ว
Or at least low
ยิง
eco.
แม่งชอบมีปัญหา
They turn it around yet
โอ้
again.
แสบหลังว่ะแสบหลังคอจัดเลยว่ะ
Indecisive. 40
เหี้ย
seconds.
เสื้อแม่งบาดแผล
This time,
This way, that
เดี๋ยว
way.
ต้องเปลี่
they
ยน
don't
เสื้อ
have a
ว่ะ
pick.
Faking, I
เอ
think.
กูดึงไอ้เหี้ยนี่เลยแม่งบาดแผลกู
Dart over the top. Hunter's Fury. It really does feel like it's going to be a B hit. Jogomo, man.
But he's
Jumping around.
อุ้ยรอดเหรอ
3 players there.
He has, and that was the goal because the spike is making its way over here. Mako, he has to deny. Finds the first.
ตาย
Compromised
เฮ้ย
this way, that way, dashing forwards. TPs abound.
What is
Down to
going
just the
on?
two.
Ôi,
It's all
thằng
over the
cày
place,
ghê
man.
cơn.
Anarchy. A wide swing from Mako, a wide
มีด
face.
มีดเดมอน
Just
เอ
dropping
อ
down, smoke at his feet. Demon 1 with the knives. All
Ma
the
đi
way
sạt.
through, he lands the first.
โอ้ย
Finds
ปี
the
ศาจ
second. Will it be the finisher?
ปีศาจ
Flash through.
ปีศาจไอ้เหี้ย
EG are going to playoffs.
เหี้ยปีศาจ
Off the back of an insane Demon 1 finisher. We were waiting for this guy to turn up. Yesterday, not really required. Map 1 playing Brimstone. But the Jet head-to-head hyped up